And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Tamra. How is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Y'all, I got home from the office kind of late. And so I was supposed to get on at 9:45, but here I am at 10:30. So I appreciate you guys being on with me tonight. How is everyone doing tonight? Thank you, Miss Kim. I see you're in here in the chat. And who else do I see? Miss Rain and Miss Tamika. And I see David Hayes. How is everyone doing tonight? I wanted to get on. I'm gonna give some people some more time to come in. Hello, Samuel, to come in, but I got on tonight because I wanted to talk about Cornelius. Hello, Angie. I wanted to talk about Cornelius because I feel like I guess because Cornelius is is quiet. We kind of allow him to kind of go up under the radar. And of course, Straight Drop is arrogant. And y'all, as we speak, I'm kind of pulling up Cornelius's history. Because I think what Cornelius is, and I was supposed to do it. Like I said, I was running late. I left the office kind of late. So y'all just kind of bear with me as I kind of talk and pull up some stuff. I do know that Cornelius, they said, had a cleaning service. Let me see. Cornelius was born in. That's not him right there. I think this is him right here. This is him right here. He was born in 80. He was born in 89. 12/12/89. Y'all, Cornelius got a history. Um, yeah. Yeah, he's got a history. And we're gonna look over there because we saw where quite a bit of his history had been disposed. You email me tonight. Okay, I'm Remy, stop. Don't let the people know you don't have home training. Come on. Sit up here with me. Ooh, Remy is fussy. Oh my God. They said that he washed cars too, but we're gonna go over his history tonight. I think with Cornelius that for some they had Cornelius first, okay, and I kind of feel like Cornelius because I've kind of looked at it. I think Cornelius, and no one has told me this. Cornelius, I never thought he was innocent, and Cornelius, in my opinion, nobody's told me this. Cornelius was the one I feel that was holding that Draco. Okay. Just going over and examining the pictures and stuff and looking at the body types, I think he was holding the Draco. And I think Cornelius more of the attention being on Straight Drop, and which Straight Drop had the flamboyant personality. Okay. He had the cocky personality because he had a battery in his back. I don't mean no harm. Kind of like Black Youngster, like how they do him, right? And I just used his name, but I feel like they put the battery in the wild card's back. Cornelius is more. He seems to be more controlled. Um, he was not affiliated, as far as we know, with entertainment or being in the rap business or anything like that. But I think, in my opinion, he kind of talked early on because I think he had more of a role in it. Having the opportunity to look at his body type. Hello, crazy, KD Lee, Arlene. Good evening, Tempest Ford. Remy is something else. I'm telling you, Tempest. Um, and now they're wanting to try and get bond for Cornelius. I think because Cornelius is a little older, they knew um, that they probably had to. Hello, Miss Malika. Do more for him because he may talk, right? So what I'm doing is I'm taking a look at, because it looks like he's got 3 pages of history. Um, Let me see. They got one with a bench warrant. Um, let's see. I'm kind of reading over his stuff right quick. He's had quite a few things disposed of. Um, See, they mostly look like traffic tickets. That's crazy because once I clicked on, okay, I see what happened. Come here, Remy. Um, Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something. Okay, here it is right here. He was born on December the 12th. Um, let's see. That was a felony arrest that was disposed of. Let's see what that was. Okay, so the theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000 was disposed of, and we may have talked about this before. And they disposed it in 2022. They disposed it back in January of 2022. Now, it appears that he was involved in like a car theft or something, and they kind of quietly disposed that um, theft of property $10,000 to $60,000. That kind of lets me know that he's probably cooperating, and that kind of bothers me a little bit because I do know sometimes when they're desperate to know. Hello, Bama. When they're desperate to know something. Hello, Hakia, Keith Robertson. Um, Stop. Six. Beezy. Let's see. Speaking to everyone that just came in. Hello, humble soul. So just looking at that and seeing that they disposed a felony charge, which was theft of property $10,000 to $60,000 back in January, you know, that was disposed of. They're you know, it seems to me they're working with him. They probably started working with him early on to, yeah, he's in high profile custody too. Cornelius is. But Cornelius kind of goes under the radar. And I believe Cornelius was the one that was holding that Draco. And I think, and it's just in my opinion, he probably started cooperating. He was the first one because Straight Drop, that's why Straight Drop is constantly looking. Straight Drop's attorney was just on the news I was just looking at, and they're going to put, I believe, Straight Drop in federal custody. I believe that's what he said. And he said something about he was afraid that the co-defendant was going to um, start do something. I got to look at it again because I kind of ran in the house and I looked at it just for a few minutes again. And his Straight Drop's attorney is not looking good. I think Cornelius is taking some deals. And the only thing that kind of bothers me about that is that I, I feel like Cornelius was the one with that straight drop. I mean, with that Draco, which means Cornelius don't need to get out. He absolutely don't need to be out. Um, but I don't think she Cornelius has got a record like straight drop. No, I'm looking at Cornelius's record, and he do. I'm looking at. I'm gonna go back and uh, let's see. Let's see. 12, 12. Cornelius got 3 pages of. Cornelius got 3 pages of charges from in the past. Um, Quite a few of them was disposed of. He's had a lot of. Looks like he had a felony domestic violence situation. He's had quite a few bench warrants. He had some stuff that was held to state, which means they were bindovers. He's had some criminal stuff. Let me see what this charge was for back in 2011. Aggravated robbery. See, that's what he do. Cornelius has aggravated robberies and stuff. He just beat them. You see what I mean? Did they scare the people? Because this man has 3 pages of he's got 3 pages of charges: criminal, aggravated robbery, and aggravated assault in the same case. You see what I mean? So, like I said, I've never been fooled by him. He started talking first. Straight drop want to be hard, and Cornelius was the one holding that Draco. And it's making me mad every time I think about it. Because, that's why I say these young men are so brainwashed. They don't want to say anything. They don't want to say anything. And then the person who did the most get quiet and kind of go up under the radar. I knew when Lil Migos put on his page, we got my brother a lawyer, and then them folks bust that wide open, and when it found out he wasn't his brother, that they was trying to get him a lawyer, allegedly. Okay, in my opinion. Let me go back and look at some of these charges, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna be talking to y'all as I look at them. I'm just blown away. This man has a history of violent crimes. A long history of violent crimes, y'all. Let me go back. Let's see, 12, 12. I'm looking, y'all. This thing kind of jumps. Okay, here it is again. Disposed of. Let me see what this charge was for. It's a criminal charge. It's a C number, motion to dismiss prosecution, and it was dismissed back in 2019. A speedy indictment, order to motion to dismiss, but where are the charges at? But it was a it's got a C number, so it was a felony case. This was back in 2019. They disposed of some cases. See, this is what I'm talking about. Shoot, this boy ain't. Let me see. So that's why Straight Drop is constantly looking at him. Cornelius, he was holding that Draco, and he hurried up and took that deal. Let's see what he did. He had some bench warrants back in 2016. Let me see what he did. It seems to me, okay, so he probably had that one disposed of. I mean, it wouldn't be disposed of in my system that I use, but I don't want to, I just want to use what's public since I'm going to be on here. Yeah, But see, that's what I'm talking about. He's got a history of violent crimes. The majority of his crimes are felonies, and somehow they was dismissed. He's a career criminal: aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, aggravated domestic violence. This is his history. And anything that is aggravated means that the person was assaulted. Yeah, that boy working for them. Absolutely. This boy had 3 criminal cases that looks like they was thrown out back in 2019. For some reason, they dismissed them. He had a lawyer. As a matter of fact, let me go back and look at that lawyer. Y'all just kind of bear with me, because I know who's high price and who's not. And then I'll know, he has some money behind him. He putting in work for somebody. He might not know Straight Drop. They might just know have in common the people that sent them. Let me see. I'm trying to find them again, y'all. Okay, here he is right here. Let me see these cases in 2019. He had an attorney, Michael R. Campbell. Okay, that was a paid attorney. Let me see who this lawyer was back in. So somebody paying for some attorneys for him to get these cases and stuff thrown out. He just had a charge thrown out back in January of this year. Let me see. This was 2021. Let's see what he had going on. Okay, so so that was a charge he got, that theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000. He stole a car back in 2021. Okay. And it's probably a car that was affiliated in the Doss case. And they threw it out. They disposed it. So he's got a career. He's a career criminal. And like I said, I kind of felt like the reason I brought that up, because I was like, and which we all do, because Straight Drop has been arrogant and flamboyant. But I think, I was hearing people say, well, Cornelius is probably going to get bonds. I kind of think people started softening up to Cornelius when Cornelius is in this neck deep. That's why I just went and looked at his history, because I want y'all to know this man he's quiet like that. You see, he's looking at Straight Drop under eye because he has snaked him. He hurry up, took the deal because he know he the one holding that Draco. That's why initially the judge has said to him the death penalty. So they're going to, just like the young lady said last night, Straight Drop is involved in this. He needs to get he deserved to get his too. But we don't want to be so lenient on Cornelius, especially being that I feel, in my opinion, that he was the one that was holding that Draco. He's in this neck deep. We got to keep our foot on his neck too. But it seems to me he's taking deals, and he's got some people. They're working more so with him to get him out, because he's a career criminal too. He's been putting in some work too, because he likes to rob people and beat up women real bad and steal cars. Okay? So I don't care how innocent he look and how quiet he is. Normally the quiet ones are the ones that you really have to watch. Okay? Straight Drop is troubled. He was arrogant because there was a battery in his back. Straight Drop had a very false sense of security. Whoever it was that was telling him he was going to get out, you could tell he's still a naive young man, child. He believed it. I'm going to get right back out. Then he thought he had him a lawyer, and they backdoored him on that because the lawyer changed his mind. And it didn't have anything to do with nothing Straight Drop did. It was just all in the plan. They was just going to backdoor him anyways. Lord have mercy. And I'm sure that he's had some stuff that's expunged, that's not coming up on that system that I was looking at. Yeah, that boy been working for him. Yeah. Hey, Miss T, you doing straight drop? Look like he ain't been to sleep. Uh, look like he ain't been to sleep thinking like he should have never did. That's what my mama said. My mama said that child ain't been to sleep, and you could tell he ain't been to sleep. She said, and that slick one get ready to slide right out, and he was the one holding that Draco. I said he sure was. He sure was. And which straight drop deserves it. He's got to pay for what he did because he knows right from wrong. But we can't take our foot off of Cornelius's neck. He was the one holding that Draco just because he's quiet and he seems bummish. This boy been putting in work. You see, he got 3 pages of charges where stuff was dismissed. That's why I say this criminal system has failed so many people. This boy, everything he got was a felony. I'm talking about Cornelius. Everything was an aggravated something, including aggravated domestic violence. This boy is violent. Hello, always blessed. Straight drop is always trying to look over his co-defendant, and he wouldn't, because he has taken the deal, and he hurry up and took that deal because, you know, I think the plan was they whoever, you know, they hurry up and got Cornelius a lawyer. Cornelius has probably been working for whoever sent them longer than straight drop. They can't leave him out there and he tell everything. He knows where more bones is than straight drop. You're right, and it's sad. Unfortunately, co-defendant may testify against the other. While drop may be moved for his safety. His lawyer just said that his lawyer wasn't looking good on the interview. We was looking at him on the news. He wasn't looking good. He was saying that Cornelius might testify against straight drop. So Cornelius is taking deals because he don't want that death penalty because he know he was the one holding that Draco. And Cornelius don't need a deal. And I'm not taking up for straight drop, period. I don't want Cornelius to have no deals because I can't get how he was letting that Draco go. And that's really what killed Dolph. Okay? That Draco that he was holding ended Dolph's life. For those of you all that are just coming in here, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Straight drop or Cornelius. I'm talking about Cornelius. Cornelius got so many charges that have been thrown out. He just had a charge thrown out this year, back in January. And it was a felony charge, theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000. That means he stole a car. He is a lifelong snitch, sold his soul. Yeah. Let's see. You have alpha males, then you have beta males. Hi, Tamara and chat. Hello, Miss Lady Diva. His mouth probably doing it. Cornelius or straight drop. That statement, straight drop lawyer made talking about Cornelius might be flipping. Yeah, I saw that. You know, but straight drop, you know, I guess he want to try to keep it real. But I guess keeping it real to him is putting somebody else's life before he put his own. Because they both was dead wrong. Neither one of them needs to get out. But if they want to make it right, and I don't think they even thinking about right, period. But they need to try to save their own lives. Maybe that's what Cornelius is getting ready to do, save his life. No bond for him. No, I don't think Cornelius is going to get no bond, in my opinion. He don't need one. Cornelius testified on someone like in 2008 on a murder. Wow. If Straight Drop was in here in Georgia, he would still be in jail for former drugs. 109 here For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. The like button helps the video to circulate. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And the reason, like I said, I was looking at that because I was listening to some vloggers earlier, and they were saying, I kind of saw how people had started going soft on Cornelius. Oh, well, he might get bond, and he might get to be out into the trial. He don't need to get out. This man is dangerous. That's why I want to pull his history up. He has a history of doing things like this and then getting himself out of it by telling on everybody else. Cornelius' fingerprints was on the door. Cornelius being a career criminal, he knows how to move. Yes, a career criminal. That little guy beating women. Yes, aggravated domestic violence. Not just a regular domestic violence, aggravated domestic violence. That's what he had. He got a charge. He got so many criminal charges that if y'all look at his history, he get like felony charges. I don't see, other than maybe a couple driving charges that are misdemeanors. That man got 3 sheets of 3 pages of charges, and they're mostly felony charges. And it's like he did something every other year. He likes to rob people. He likes to rob and assault people. That's probably what he's doing, Kim, cooperating, which would be good, but I don't want him to cooperate and get out. You see what I mean? I want to, maybe, the death penalty can be reduced to a life sentence, but I don't want Cornelius out. I guess that's my issue. I think people are kind of focused on straight drop so much, they forgetting about this snake over here, which is Cornelius. They need to look deeper into Cornelius. He liked the fact that all of the focus on straight drop. Absolutely. You see, all of the focus was on straight drop, that somebody was able to slide that lawyer in there to Cornelius. And I told y'all now, when people say things, they don't just say them to be saying them. That young man put that on his page, that we getting my brother a lawyer. He tried to fool everybody, and he couldn't fool them. They found out that they were not brothers. People say, well, maybe Cornelius' family got him that lawyer. No, the people that said that they was going to get him the lawyer. When people say things, I tend to believe them. He put that on his page, Lamigos did, and I tend to believe that they got him that lawyer. They just want to try to trick everybody, right? That's why I look so sad now. At the end of the day, they all put out bad energy. Now the devil is here to collect. Oh, absolutely. And I hope that the devil is not, well, I hope the devil get all of them, though, because it was more than them. Dolph Daddy was even there good. I'm sure even when their trials start, you're probably going to start to see all of their family there. More of his family members, because I'm sure the lawyers are going to, the prosecutors are going to ask the family to be in the courtroom, because for some reason when the families are in the courtroom, it kind of helps the prosecution, especially if the jury sees the family sitting in there. So prosecutors always ask the family, especially in murder cases, could you please come and sit in the courtroom, because we need for the jury to see you. For some reason it does, it's good, it's better for the prosecution. Hey, Miss Tamara, I seen that video of the black Mercedes-Benz that killed Jeremiah Taylor. Oh, wow. Oh, my God, I thought Cornelius was just the driver. He was the first out the car and at the window. Out the 2 charge, one is completely innocent of murder and was not even there. Oh, wow. So which one was that, Big Dog? Which one was that? Hello, Miss Lynn Smith. Cornelius' lawyer sounds like he feels confident that Cornelius should be bonded out, and he feels that Cornelius would be safe out. I've been said Cornelius was in the front with the Drake, and Straight had that handgun. I hope they both suffer. That's true. I don't think the judge is going to let him bond out. I don't think so either, especially not Judge Coffey. I don't know if the courtrooms have changed yet, but Judge Coffey is a very astute, fair judge. He's very controlled and he's very smart. Okay, I don't believe that either. Cornelius is a hot mess. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I wonder if Straight Drop was ever diagnosed with mental illness. So sad. Me too. Yeah. I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear anything positive about a rapist. Wow. Straight Drop is what they call a runner. They are not going to let him out on a bond at all. He has lied once to the U.S. Marshals and to the FBI. He was going to turn himself in. Yeah, Straight Drop is not going to get bond, and Cornelius don't need to get bond either. That's what I'm saying. We know Straight Drop is not going to get it, but I see people are kind of softening up to Cornelius, and I think the same energy that we have for Straight Drop is the same energy we should have for Cornelius. But I see people kind of being soft as it relates to Cornelius for some reason, when Cornelius is in this neck deep. Either way, snitching, they did. Cop out, go to prison. They did lose situation. Okay. Surveillance camera call it where he wrecked the car at. Okay. So when did you see this, Miss Lachelle? When did they show this? Cornelius knows more. That's why they got him a lawyer. He definitely don't need to be released. He is quiet and sneaky and dangerous. Something is psychologically wrong with Straight Drop. I think so too. The Draco didn't do him in. That back door at the cookie shop did him in. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That would um, mean a lot to me. Teresa says, what is going on with MPD? Why do they put these kids back out there? Why? So they can kill one on other in the black community, and some of the black at MPD didn't care. You see, they didn't care. They was constantly putting these folks back out on the street. And we see now that Cornelius is just as dangerous as Straight Drop, if not more dangerous. They both need the death penalty. Okay. Straight Drop suspect in a missing man that was friends with his baby's mama. The man is missing when Straight Drop got out of jail. Yeah, I heard that, Miss Rena. I did. Cornelius is too old to be still in the streets. He should know better. But you see, he was constantly looking at his history. He's been in and out of jail forever for felony crimes. Let's see. Miss Kim says that there are only 65 likes, y'all. We got 174 people in here. Let's try to get it up to 100 likes. If not 174, let's at least get it up to 100. So, Miss Tamara, you saying that Cornelius with the Draco? Yes, I believe. Nobody has told me this. I believe that he was the one with that Draco. I do. They are both dangerous men. I'm with you on that, Miss Rena. Cornelius is not going to get as much of a break as the public thinks. The system has to be the master manipulators. Let Cornelius out at any point. He's going to get dropped. That's true, Miss Teresa. I do believe he's gonna get dropped. Um, I want them to ask for the death penalty. Judge Coffey did say something about the death penalty that they could receive. They was looking at the death penalty. Has to be cooperating, rat. No other option. Yeah, how many likes do we have in here now? For some reason, I can't see how many likes. For some reason, while I'm on here, I can't see how many likes we got. Hello, Miss Brittany. Cornelius Smith come from a loving, supportive family, though. What is that man problem? Seriously. I don't know. Just from looking at some of Cornelius's mug shots, the way his eyes, looking at some of them, the way his eyes are bucked on some of them, he might have been on something. He might have been on something. You have a background in law. The state, the feds don't favor anyone, really. No, they don't favor anyone. They don't. Brittany Banks out. Also, please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. Cornelius and Straight Drop, they have federal holds. They are not going nowhere. They ain't getting no bond too deep into the case right now. They're going nowhere. So what about the rest of the guys? When are they going to charge the other guys? I don't know, but the spirit of evil is still loose in those guys, and it's not leaving. I think Straight Drop is getting some humble pie. You could tell from his disposition now. Um, yeah, he's not confident at all. And looking at his lawyer's interview tonight, his lawyer is not confident. Cornelius is turning, and I believe Straight Drop's attorney said that his attorney looked defeated when he did that interview tonight. He looked defeated. So I'm sure I told y'all Ganguly was good with making deals, right? And see, he looked defeated because Ganguly is one of those attorneys that he's a really good attorney, as I said in the beginning, right? But he's good because he's good with making deals. I'm willing to bet you Straight Drop did not want to take a deal because he wanted to play hard, and Cornelius took that deal. Ganguly looks absolutely defeated. I think it's over. They both gain. They both going to get life without. Yeah, they had it on the news, Miss Tamara. Yeah, it was on the news. That's probably how the fingerprint was by the back end of the car by the gas tank. You all, please hit the like button. They need their electric chair, both of them. Judge Coffey was talking about that. It's time some judge hold them responsible for their action. I know Straight Drop is going to get held accountable for his action. My worry is Cornelius is not going to get held responsible because I see people are kind of softer on Cornelius for some reason. And that's why I wanted to do this. Why do you all think that people are not showing Cornelius the same energy as they're showing Straight Drop? Rena says she believes that if Cornelius gets out, he's gonna be killed on the street. That's right. Long live Dow. None of those men are getting out. Bonds, prison time, etc. The feds will handle this case for the king of Memphis. Straight Drop is a federal parole violation. He will never see a bond, and the feds are doing a homework, and they will be stepping in. He caught a new case on federal parole. Everything can't be on JJ. There is a high risk. I don't think a bail bondsman will bond them out. They might go on the run. Because Cornelius is bad. Cornelius's history is off of them. Cornelius's history is off of the radar, and he has never had to look like dude. He never did no time. All them charges, those, I mean, he had criminal felony charges, and they was getting dismissed left and right. They both need to get the death penalty. Tamara, is it true the airways area is the airport is right up the road? That, you know, um, airways kind of runs along it. That, well, yeah, airways kind of runs. Yeah, airways kind of runs a long way because it runs all the way into Mississippi. It runs all the way down to Mississippi, but now the airport is about 3 or 4 minutes up the street from that cookie shop. Yo, Ghanaian black youngster needs to be in jail as well. Hmm. Um, it's a lot more of them that needs to be sitting right there with Straight Drop and Cornelius. I can't wait until they are all behind bars. I can't wait either, Malika. Those are they're the main ones because they're the ones that's destroyed. Those, whoever those people are that sent them, those are the ones that's destroying our community. Next time they go to court, I'm thinking the face is going to pick it up for Cornelius not to get it bond. Straight Drop brings to Rico because he's on federal parole. I hit it on the way in. Thank you, Catalea. Y'all wishing death penalty don't even know for sure they did it. Always best. King Demon, King Demon, do you believe that they did it? Do you think that they was involved? Always blessed. I totally agree. There are many veterans still in the streets. Look at Chop Shop. They just broke down. 50-year-old dad and son. Okay, we're at 92 likes. It's 200 people in here. Can y'all please hit the like button? Jail is some people home. Is sad, but that's the only way they can stay clean and out of trouble. Well, I think jail is gonna be, it's different to go to jail and you know you got a release date. When they go in and they know that they don't have a release date. They just followed the trend after Donald Trump left office, where the judges at this point, they don't care no more. He might want to change a venue. Straight Drop feels defeated at this point. His lawyer looked defeated. I bet they regret that they didn't mess with Doll. It's hitting him that he's been left out to dry. He looked defeated, and we have just begun. Yeah, and it's just, you're right, always blessed. It's just the beginning. Cornelius probably took the deal. Look, by looking at Straight Drop's attorney and listening to his words, it seemed like something has happened. That's true, Bama. They got to get the bigger fish. Rico coming, I believe. I want an electric chair so they can feel the same pain as Dolph. I know two wrongs don't make a right. He's just as guilty as Straight Drop. Yes, he is, Malika. He is just as guilty as Straight Drop. And people seem to be kind of going soft on Cornelius. Cornelius don't need to make no bond. The people won't change the law, charge the law. Carmen knows your address, even in prison. That's true. He most definitely. Cornelius been telling. That's why they soft on him. A snitch is a snitch, and he's snitching once again. Probably because Straight Drop was seen in videos and doing more. Cornelius was a ghost until now. He was a ghost until now. You're right. And he been doing dirt the whole time and getting charges thrown out. They're saying Airways is federal property due to 911 by airport. And well, I know that the, you know, The airport is definitely federal property. I don't, um, they don't know Cornelius' criminal background history, and he looking all innocent, but he's just. I've been saying that for the longest. He's just as guilty. So you think people are going kind of hard on him, Jeff Lee, because he did that video? Cornelius looked very sneaky. Uh-huh. Did a funeral home get set on fire? I haven't heard that. Sometimes they don't want that. Let's see. The hood should get together and buy Makita's property before the white man get it. I hope Raven know karma is a bitch and everyone involved will pay in this life or the next. The man upstairs sees and knows all. That man was backdoored by the same people he helped. Oh, wow. It's getting too much media hype. Stray Drop has made himself a symbol of Doss, murdered by his video and his arrogance. Guilty or not, he would be in guilty in Memphis. For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Mississippi Now for sure, he made himself the face of the whole thing. I'm getting ready to drop the link. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want to know why y'all think people are going lighter on Cornelius than they are on Straight Drop. I believe Cornelius is in neck deep for sure. He's definitely in neck deep. He's in extremely deep. I just dropped the link for those of you all that want to come up and talk about Cornelius is safer in jail than he is on the street. Straight Drop is the mascot of the group. Those guys were promised a contract. I believe you took pistols. I don't know from who, but I believe they was promised something. Um, all they seen were dollar signs, thinking they could just get out like that. Yeah. When I was talking to somebody today, and I was talking about this situation because I kind of got upset, right? And I know now the Cornelius is in this neck deep. And I was talking about it with hold on one second. Hello there. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. They brought back the death penalty with options of 21 gun salutes, lethal injections of the chair. Feds still sitting back watching all these rats like we are. I kind of think Shondell snitching too. I do too. I do too, you guys. I think that Shondell is snitching too. Um, yeah, taunting will get you dealt with. Yeah, ego has been many men downfall. This hit came from the top, and they need to be sitting right there with the other two. Are they going to tell though? Do the police have the surveillance tape from the inside of the cookie shop? Yes, because if you listen to the prosecutors, the prosecute when the news anchor asked the prosecutor, did they have the videotape? He said yes, and he said, "What's on it?" He said, I can't tell you that." He said, "Have you all seen the videotape?" He said, "Yes." He said, "What's on it?" He said, we can't. I can't tell you that." So yeah, they've seen it. Yes, MJ Edwards Funeral Home in Whitehaven. They say it was arson. Wow. Mm, well, I guess we'll have to see. I hope hmm, wasn't no insurance fraud or nothing. You don't kill a man, you don't kill a made man and get away with it. Never open Makita's back up. Hello. Hello. I, I yeah, you're on mute.
Okay, there you go, there you go. Hey there.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
So, is there anything you want to say about this? Why do you think that? Do you think that everyone is giving Cornelius the same energy that they've been giving Straight Drop?
No, ma'am. They need to get both of them the same thing because both of them had did it together.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? They don't need to get
Hmm.
Khalid the energy in that they getting straight drop because both of them got the same charge and both of them in it together. They should have thought
Absolutely.
about that before he did it.
That's right. So, why do you think that people are going harder on Straight Drop than Cornelius when I feel like Cornelius was in this neck deep?
So I ain't figured that out yet. I ain't figured that out yet. They like this. They more softer on Khalid than they is on straight drop. I ain't figured that out yet. Both of them got the same charge. They like Khalid jumped at the car first and did what he had to do, and I ain't figured that out yet about Khalid. Probably because he got
Right.
a lawyer and straight drop don't. I
How,
don't
how,
know.
how do you think Cornelius got that lawyer?
She somebody on the side paid for him. The head boss got him a lawyer.
Well, why
Whoever
they
set
leave
him up to
Straight
do it,
Drop out there like that? Why they leave Straight Drop out there like that?
he let straight drop out there like that because they got been had baited straight drop in. I heard straight drop really didn't have nothing to do with it, but motherfuckers saying that he did have something to do with it. So it's really so twisted up in that little case right there. I ain't figured it out yet. That case so twisted up. I ain't figured that case out yet. But is they trial going on yet? When they trial start?
It ain't started yet. We don't know. Do you think Cornelius has snaked Straight Drop? He
I
sure
couldn't hear
won't
you. What
look
you say?
at him. Do you think Cornelius has snaked Straight Drop? He sure won't look
Oh,
at him.
yeah, he did that first because he thinking straight drop the snake him. Yeah, he already did that. That's why they went on gave his loud. Yeah, he already snitched on straight drop. He been did that because he thinking straight drop just snitched on him.
Wow.
Yep.
So which gun do you think? So which gun you think Cornelius had?
They said like Knees had the AR
Yeah.
and straight drop had the handgun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
I
that's
watched
what
this.
some that's what someone that knows them said they said that young man that be on here that
Uh huh.
I guess he live in that area. They all those kids kind of know each other. He
Uh
said
huh.
when it first happened, they said that's Straight Drop, and they knew he was holding a handgun.
Yeah. So when they
They
when
knew
they
his
first
body
when
build
they
and stuff.
when they first took Dolph out, they was calling straight drop nine. They was like they were trying to get clout on YouTube, but all in the real life they didn't done it for real.
Yeah, they done it for real.
That is crazy.
It's a sad thing,
Yes, ma'am.
a lot of people, saying that, people shouldn't be happy about Straight Drop getting beat up, but Straight Drop, he
It
still
come with
got
it.
he alive.
It's
Dolphin,
There's a lot of shit
Dolphin
gonna come with
alive.
it. There's a lot of
Right.
shit gonna come. There's a lot of stuff gonna come with it behind it. Straight. It ain't probably the only thing straight drop gonna get. I swear.
But you know what? Cornelius need to get it too.
They can't be by each other, or they can't. I mean, they got them in different jails. I believe. I believe they do. 'Cause I think straight drop in the Fed, and I think Cornelius still downtown.
Straight Drop's attorney gave a interview tonight, and
Uh huh.
he looked defeated, and he was saying something about Cornelius turning on Straight
Uh huh.
Drop.
Guess what?
He was saying
It,
something about that. I'm gonna have to
it's
go back and
different
listen.
words. He was saying it in different words. That's more likely what happened then.
Yeah,
He's not already stitching on straight drop. Yes, man, that's what happened. He not already told her on straight drop.
yeah, because his lawyer looked defeated. Like I've never seen Ganguly so defeated, just like the life is
Mm-hmm.
out of him.
He probably already took him a deal though, knowing thinking that straight drop been ratted on him.
Right, that's exactly what happened when Cornelius was the one holding that Draco.
Yep, yes, he probably already took him a deal because they already got him red hand. He went on, took him a deal and told on what part straight drop played in it.
Well, I
Yep.
hope the deal wasn't letting him out.
No, they ain't. The deal wasn't letting him out. Probably lesser sentence. Probably took the death penalty off the table for him and just gave him life.
Well,
You feel what
he
I'm
was
saying?
right. Yeah.
Yep, that's probably what the deal was. 'Cause at first he had the death penalty. He gonna snitch to do anything to get that death penalty off his jacket. And that's what he did. He snitched on Straight Drop and got the death penalty off the table for him. So Straight Drop got the death penalty and life. So he ain't got to worry about it when they do ever see the outside again.
But that's true.
See, for real, he ain't got to worry about that dude no more.
Well,
Yep.
that's true, but it's gonna be
Hmm.
interesting. Do you think more people gonna be arrested?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, a whole lot of people gonna be, yes, ma'am. They got a couple more folks out there they got to get. They ain't got the head honcho, the one who gas them jerks up to do that. They ain't got them folks. It's a lot, yeah. They currently hollering Black Youngster name. What part he play in, I don't know. They like somebody else who was at the cookie shop with dog got shot. They ain't got them folks. Yeah, they got a lot of more folks they got to bring to the table.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Do you think they're gonna? Cornelius might tell. Oh, yeah, I'm
Canadian
talking about
already
doing
done
a
told. He
head
already
hunter.
done told.
I'm talking about on the people that sent them.
Oh yeah, I don't see. I don't believe he ain't told on. He ain't told on nobody but Straight Drop. Cause if he had, they'd already had an indictment out for them folks. Them folks would be down there where they at right now. If Canadian didn't snitched on anybody else, you feel what I'm saying? He just simply told it on Straight Drop. Cause he thinks Straight Drop done told it on him.
I
But
wonder if
Straight
Straight
Drop
Drop
keeping them
gonna.
weight solid than him.
Yeah, I wonder if Straight Drop gonna break and tell it because Straight Drop don't even realize he been double crossed
About both sides.
by both
They wouldn't
sides.
even make their mind bond, wouldn't even get their mind a lawyer, or none of that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even see how that mind even run. It is crazy. It's crazy. He done got double teamed by both sides, like you said.
Because, like I said, with Straight
Mm-hmm.
Drop, you think about it, Straight Drop fell out with Dolph and Key Glock in them in 2017. If
Mind
it
some
was that
old.
bad, if he wanted to kill him,
He could have been killed him.
he could have been did it or attempted to.
Yep.
So that's
You
how
know.
you know that they had was sent to do a job because it
Yep.
wasn't bad enough for them to be
It was
going back there.
old, and it was so old.
Yeah, it was
Somebody
old.
ain't do nothing but dig it back up. Whoever was hating on Dolph then dug it back up and sent that mine out to kill that mine. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's sad.
It's
No.
sad. It's so sad, man. It is
And like
so
I said,
sad.
if you don't, people got a right to do whatever they want to do with their money and stuff when they get out
Mm-hmm.
of the community. But my God, don't send destruction back to the community. If you
I
want to help
swear.
these young men, help them. But don't be ruining their lives by giving
Uh,
them money and
uh,
making them your hit men. That's how I know Straight Drop is a immature young. That's the difference in an
young
immature man,
man. Yep.
young man
Yes,
and a
ma'am.
mature man. Because a
Uh-huh.
mature man would have known better. That's how I know Cornelius been kind of playing chess. I think they knew they all came up with a plan to really double cross him.
Straight drop.
Yeah,
Straight
because
drop.
Cornelius been
Uh-huh.
doing dirt the whole time. He got a history. He got 3 pages of doing dirt, and
And
somebody
they
been getting
already
him
know he
high
had a
price
bad
attorney.
jacket. They knew he had a bad jacket anyway, so
Right.
anytime we're gonna get him knocked out the ballpark.
And Cornelius been getting high price attorneys,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody been getting him high price attorneys. Cornelius couldn't afford those attorneys, and getting
You
all
know
these
they said
criminal cases
you know
thrown
they
out.
said Lil Migo, the rapper Lil Migo for CMG, they say he's some kind of Canadians or some stuff they
Well,
had
he
going
tried to
around.
say that was his brother, but it was proved not to be true.
For real? Uh-huh.
But I tend to believe him when he said he was getting him a lawyer. They was getting him a lawyer. He
Uh-huh.
said it. Why would he say it?
I don't know. They just got so much crossed up police. I don't know. I hear so many folks jammed up in this stuff. I swear. God, the Straight Drop supposed to had a lawyer when they first caught him. He was telling Straight Drop to turn himself in that day. He was gonna represent him, but Straight Drop didn't turn himself in that day, so he got off Straight Drop jacket. And the lawyer dude, I forgot his name. He said he wouldn't represent nobody on the dog case. The tall dude with the curly hair, the bright guy. I forgot his name. He a lawyer though.
Our horn.
Yes, man. R. Horn. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling Straight Drop to turn himself in that day, but Straight Drop so happened to made a video and didn't turn himself in, so he got off his jacket. Yep, and you know this CMG that got in them laws.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I don't think he ever had any intentions on representing him.
Probably so. Boot gang just to go on here, rub him, get him off the street, get him locked up so he wouldn't tell whatever else he had to
Absolutely,
do.
absolutely. They've been setting him up from the very
Yeah.
start.
And he a fool. He couldn't even see through it because they so called what they so called they self. It's crazy.
Absolutely. So, are you in the Tennessee area? You kind of
Yes,
sound
man.
like
I
a
stay in Memphis. I stay in
New.
Memphis.
Oh, I was going to say you kind of got our accent.
Yes, man. I stay in Memphis.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate you coming up. Thanks for coming up.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
All right. All right, you guys. If anybody else would like to come up, I am dropping the link. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Do y'all think that people are going softer? Why is the energy different? Even though Cornelius is in this neck deep with Cornelius as it is with Straight Drop, why isn't the energy the same? Shondell is signed, sealed, and delivered. The feds got him. Miss Teresa said he signed, sealed, and delivered. Hello, Nelson. Hello, 305. Um, Makita's Cookies has another location, I believe, off of Second. That's been open since 2015. I think they have two locations downtown. Yeah, they do. They got another location downtown. Enjoy your reports. Let's see, with your background being investigation, how do you think they will catch Barnett? Um, you want me to be honest? In my opinion, and nobody has told me this, but in my opinion, I don't think they're looking for Barnett because I think they got him. That's that's just I always felt that way, Edmund. I promise you. I because I don't see him being on the run. If they would have been gotten him. You know what I mean? They would have got him. They would have already known where he left and went to because that cell phone that he had would have already notified them what area that he was in, and they would have hurried up and jumped on that. Okay. Um, they would have known whose house that he had gone to when he left the jail. You know, it wouldn't. You know, they got ways of doing stuff and finding people, and I don't think they're looking for him because I have not seen it on the news, and I think they know exactly where he is. And that's what I got to say about that. I could be wrong, but I don't think that they're looking for him because I think they know where he is. Drop was the weakest link. Yes, he was. When you got a co-defendant, it's difficult because the lawyers be playing them against each other. He say this, he say that. Straight Drop's attorney in his interview when I was looking at tonight, he looks absolutely defeated. Cataleo Drop was left out because he was more flaunting, in my opinion, where Cornbread is quiet. Um, nah, it just really happened to go in effect right now for the lawyer to come out and say that, but you would know because their court dates would be separated. They felt Straight Drop was a lost cause from the beginning. Man, none of us was there, so who behind D can we really say? Cornelius is 32 years old. He knows a lot more than a young punk at 23. Shondell Barnett could be a witness also. Rena, that's what kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm. That's what, as a matter of fact, that is what I'm thinking. In the death penalty case, both of them would have two lawyers. They would have a lead counsel and a trial lawyer. They're in the same jail, just on different sides of the jail. From their body frame, it's obvious who in the steel frame. That's true, Tanya. That's true. It is obvious. Straight Drop got out of the car late. You're right. So he was more than likely the one that was in the back seat of the car. Cornelius was basically the one that started off and took him down. Drop did the most with the song and run it. Yeah, and I believe the young lady that was in my live last night. She said that, and I wish she would have came up here and talked about it. She said she talked to Straight Drop every single day. They was telling him to put that out, and I believe that they was telling him to put that out, to put their music out, so that they could build up a whole lot of hate. It was just it. They was setting him up for the fall, and he took the bait because he wanted the fame. You can't go and gun down people to get fame. Like whatever happened to respect of life and being, I mean, human feelings. You know, Cornelius didn't want no fame. Cornelius just wanted the money, which is still just as sick because he all he has ever done was rob and assault people. Cornelius. I would have picked Soldier Boy up a long time ago for what he would did on Instagram with those two baby kids going around stealing cars. Wow. All I got to say, don't drop the soap, killers. Trust and believe me, I know. I have seen it plenty of times. It just started for that comment that came out today. Their court date is about to be separated. What's so terrible is we supposed to trust what the police say, and they just as bad, if not worse, than the people they arrest. This involves a lot of people, crooked police, truly a mafia. Well, you know, I believe it involves a lot of people, but I'm gonna start with the truly a mafia first, and some more people. I think that people are harder on Straight Drop because of the video, but both are guilty. I agree with you, Arlene. Guarantee that Cornelius is not getting out. He probably escaped the chair. I hope that's all that is, Miss Teresa, because he don't need no time cuts. Because all I could see is that Draco in his hand, and that's a terrible thing. He don't need to get out in 25 years. He don't ever need to get out ever again, in my opinion. No, they both in and 901 Poplar Bay in different floors. You know what I mean? Different parts of the jail. They're both in both of them are downstairs in high profile custody, but they're in different cells. They got different cells down there, you know. So yeah. Even though if he took a deal, I believe it's still going to be without or 50 to 60 years. But the lawyer was asking for a bond. Yeah, he was. I would be surprised if Judge Coffey um, gives him a bond. Judge Coffey is just not that careless. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if he did. Yes, they put out some people breaking into the cookie shop, but they refused to show the footage of Young Dolph even walking in the cookie shop. Well, Mike, they can't show that footage to the public. Makitas can't show it. Like 10 more people. Yes, Ricos need to be into play. Bigger fish. Definitely bigger fish. I don't think it just for the death penalty. It's for some more names. I hope so. I hope that he gives up the names of the people that are behind this. Because the people had if there were people the people had not put the bag on Dolph's head, he'd still be alive. Yellow tape to drop tonight. I can't wait to see. Y'all make sure we support Key Glock. He's got his yellow tape record is dropping tonight. Can't forget Desmond Rogers got killed on the street where they thought the car Get up her likes, y'all. Please get up the likes. It's 247 people in here. Please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. But the like button helps my video to circulate more. So please help me out and hit the like button, you guys. Please hit the like button. We got 246 people in here. We need to have 246 likes. Please. It disgusts me to see how blacks are going through this. I'm very disgusted. Yes, Cornelius in deep, but he's talking his way out of the death penalty. Does anybody know who got shot and dropped off at the hospital? They have not said a word about that. I think the Fed's working on grabbing youngster. Interesting. 2011 in the building. Please smash the like button. Now we at 252. Sabrina says, is it possible that they don't know who called for Dolph to be hit? I don't think that's possible, Sabrina. I'm almost sure they know. Cornelius has told Straight Drops history and all crimes he could come up with. And someone have his access to his YouTube account, getting his money. That's why he was hoping that CEO TZ to get him a lawyer, and now they're looking for him for questioning. Now, somebody said that CEO TZ been riding Twitter. So if CEO TZ, so it makes me wonder, has he gone in? I don't know if there was ever a warrant out for CEO TZ. Was there ever a warrant? I don't think it was. But the weird thing about it was they had some money out. Just, they wanted to question him, and there was a reward out for anybody that knew, where he was at. But they said that he's been riding Twitter. So I just don't see him being on Twitter and them not being able to get his location. Be quiet, Remy. And them not being able to get his location, right? Because they could get his location. The whole time, this is an iceberg. Straight dropping cornbread are just the tip. Yeah. I don't think any of us know. So, were these guys broke? They plan to hit the robbery and the execution, and they sent Straight Drop on a dummy mission. And they looking out for Cornelius and not him, whoever these people are. Who killed the dude over Dolph Memorial? Bama, I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's weird. You know, um, I don't know. Art Horn is not dealing with no one on Young Dolph case. He know he would have to leave the country. Yeah, it don't change the fact that I think it was a mess in the gang. I think that they told that young man they was gonna represent him. That's the first time they backdoored him. Yep, God lied to Straight Drop. He refused to rotate with Straight Drop because he know he have to represent Black Youngster and Yo Gotti conflict of interest. Drop got the lawyer Rudy Ganguly. I hear he's a 20-year OG. Yeah, I mean, I said from the start that Ganguly is a really good attorney. Ganguly is a court-appointed attorney, but he has a private practice. He just has a contract with this county, and Ganguly is really good with getting good deals, but his people have to talk. You can't get good deals with your mouth closed. And in their case, and Straight Drop's case, I think the best Straight Drop could get was life. Get these dangerous criminals off the street. I agree with you. Because they know Straight Drop is signed to Yo Gotti's brother. I keep hearing people say that. The jail is breaking them down and taking their soul from them. Well, you could definitely see that straight drop is broken completely. His spirit is completely broken. Straight drop better recognize he's been used and lay it all out. I'm with you, Miss Angie. I promise to God I am. Um, and lay it all out there. Turn his life over to the Lord. That's the only person who could save him. Like I said, for straight drop, it's the mascot of the situation because drop steady playing on IG. They done got him. Tamara, where's the hater CMG boy? I don't know where he is at. He probably it's 250 people in here. Oh my God, well, you spoke him up, Miss Essence. You spoke him up. People was just asking where is Big Stepper at, and he must have seen that. As a matter of fact, he was typing at the same time he was typing Essence. God had enough bread to get dropped. Lord, you wonder why he didn't, because um he never had intentions to, or when I don't know. Let me just say that. Cornelius free that man. Why would you want Cornelius free, Big Stepper? Why would you want Cornelius free? 231 in the building. Please like and subscribe. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Y'all, bee stingers, honeybees. If he show out now, y'all know to sting him. Big Stepper, they gonna sting you. They do got him in. He's in hiding. They thought that money was gonna follow them. Barnett is already in custody. I believe that. They would have plastered him on the news just like they did Straight Drop when they was looking for him. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Miss Tanya. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I'm behind in my comments. Shondell is already caught laying up in a hotel close to jail. Yes, they would have got him and Shondell. I think they released him. Dow said he's selling 100 pounds at the trap house. And the camera would have caught the car on the parking lot when they picked him up. They ain't looking for him. I don't think they're looking for him either. Straight Drop was playing after Daw's demise. That's mental right there. Yeah, that's a mental illness, but he wasn't the only one that was doing it. It's some more mentally ill ones. If you ask me, all of them are. Big Stepper, you go get him if he is so innocent. That's right, Angie. Your Gotti is not involved. Your Gotti not involved, so he not going to get nobody a lawyer. What he had written on is allegedly. Now I've seen people saying on his Twitter, he said if Straight Drop go to jail, allegedly now, if that, because that he was gonna get him out. Why all of a sudden Shondell ain't been heard from, and they're not looking for him at all. These are the fall guys to the big picture. I agree with you, Sergeant Brownlee. They're not blaming Straight Drop for being outside the cookie shop. They are blaming Straight Drop for coming in that back door his homie Jason Hill left open. Hmm. Hmm. Where were Daw's cell phones and wallet found? The injury for Straight Drop is different from Cornelius because they city remember Straight Drop firing a loaded gun into the skating ring, injuring several people. Did they ever find Daw's phone, or did Straight Drop pick it up when Daw's hands was out the window? I never saw Straight Drop run up to that window. When those two was out there shooting those guns, I don't know if they ran up to the window, but those were still shots. Those were still shots. Okay, you guys, I'm dropping the link. If you would like to come up here, you could definitely do that. I want to hear why you feel like um is the energy different for Cornelius than it is for Straight Drop? Because I think it should be the same. Because I definitely don't want to see Cornelius get off. Big Stepper, you a op. that's that's right. Big Stepper is a op. He is a op because it seemed like me he be hating on dog. How he is a witness? They done heard everything he's got to say. He done told everything. Cornbread had the Draco. Yes. That's why when that boy walks into court, them boys is going to be like, what? Their mouth going to drop. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Great. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. Sorry, I don't have a picture. I'm going through some changes with
Okay.
my YouTube. But I don't know. Ask me some questions. I can give you my opinion.
Yeah, I want to
I've
know
been on the
why.
case ever since. I've been
I
on the
want to know
case ever
what.
since the day it happened.
Okay. So why do you feel? First of all, let me ask you this: do you think both of them are involved?
Yes, yes,
So why do you feel the energy is? Do you think the energy for
yep,
Cornelius is
I do.
different? Why?
Yes. Well, for Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop,
Why do you think
uh,
the energy is different for Cornelius than it is for Straight Drop?
because Straight Drop came out with that video stepped on 2 days after it happened, and then he
Mm-hmm.
disappeared. He was gonna turn himself in when he was wanted, and he came out with that Track Hawk video with the Bass Pro Shop, caption in the beginning of it. You know what I mean? So he put unnecessary heat on himself.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to
Hello
be a
there.
celebrity so bad. Now he's a
Yeah.
big celebrity.
And he didn't want to work for it.
Unlike
And
you,
you're right. Instead of being famous, he's infamous.
Cornelius is kind of laying. And also, like with this Justin Johnson straight drop, the relationship between him and Barnett is, from what I understand, is straight drop's baby mom, Shondell's cousin, and straight drop baby mom's brother got killed not too long ago, like at least a year or 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
which make me think that Shondell might be missing or dead. If not, if he's not a federal custody. But
Yeah.
if he was, it would be on the news. You know,
Yeah.
this
How you
case
doing, the
it's really
Iron
sad
Head?
because there's so many twists and turns to it.
Good. What are you guys talking about tonight?
Yeah. Yeah. I was asking, do you think that does everyone have the same energy for Cornelius as they do for Straight Drop? What do you think?
The same energy for what?
They seem to be going. Do you think people seem to be going a lot easier on Cornelius than they is on Straight Drop?
I don't. I don't even know what Cornelius is, or straight drum. I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, well,
What
do
is
you
that?
know what subject we're talking about?
No, I was just wondering. Like, I didn't hear.
Okay, well, are you familiar with the Young
There,
Dogs case?
No, sorry. Maybe I dropped in.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for dropping
No,
in.
yeah, no. I was just listening, and well, I wasn't listening. I was just kind of going to bed actually, and I was just like
yeah,
on the
bye, dude.
internet.
Okay. All right.
I've got to go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
see
Yeah,
thank
I
you
you
do
for
the
tomorrow.
coming.
welding. I do the welding and the fabrication. I love my
Uh,
job.
Hey, have a
It's a
safe
good
trip on the way
job.
to work, bro.
all
Huh?
right. Well, thank you for coming up.
Oh,
All right. Oh Lord, have
Alrighty.
mercy. But yeah, the energy is different now. Now, what was you saying before that? Why do you think the energy is
Uh,
different?
like I say, Justin Johnson, straight drop. He wanted to make himself a big celebrity. He was, I mean, like Cornelius didn't have no PRE chains on, but I think straight drop had two of them. See, that's instant heat. That's instant heat right there. You know, instant heat. Anybody who was running around with those chains was automatically a suspect. And there was a lot of guys running around with those chains that didn't belong to them.
That's true. And you know what? I forgot about that because even in that first video that he did with Big Homie G or whatever, he had those. They said that was like right after, Doc was
Right.
killed.
Two
He
days.
had those
2 days.
pre-chains on his side.
I found him myself. I found him myself on YouTube, on his page. His Gmail, his phone number, the whole deal. He was my number one suspect from the beginning.
Now, let me ask
But
you this, because when videos are done, they have to be treated and stuff like that. Do you think that they shot those videos after Doc was killed or right before?
before, oh, they definitely did it before. It was
Yeah,
more like springtime. This was all pre. This was all predetermined. This was a hit. This was a big time hit.
yeah,
A Memphis massacre. Yeah, and they basically called Dolph flipping, man. Dolph, good dude, out in the community, ain't really scared. He wouldn't never really think anybody black would kill him, and this is what happened. You know, Memphis,
that's
I ain't gonna lie, Memphis ain't nothing to play with. You could think about trying to move down there. And I mean, not for nothing, it's a beautiful city, just like the city I live in, St. Louis. But you could think about moving down there, you do one thing the wrong way, you end up dead, big time, for real.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
think about people who died there. Think about people who died there. I mean, not Elvis Presley, but Martin Luther King, King Dolph, I mean, it goes down. That Mississippi River down there is a graveyard, you know.
yeah. Well,
I
it's a
hate to
sad,
say,
it's a sad thing, like I said. But I guess my thing is, and I think about it all the time. It would be a travesty of justice for only them to, first of all, for Cornelius to get any
oh
deal
no,
that's gonna let him get out early. That's a travesty, and for the
no.
people that sent them not to get touched, that is a
Oh, I got a
travesty.
number. I got a number. It's a baker's dozen. Nikita's Cookies. It's a baker's dozen. It's 12 people involved with this thing. Even
Wow.
even the person even the person who took the video, even the person who took the first video. I was at work when that video popped up, scrolling through my YouTube, trying to find content creators like you, and it was like Young Dolph dead. And I was like, oh hell no, 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 no. I went. First thing I see is this chick out there, bantering on. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I think that's him. He dead. Dolph dead, y'all. All that. Like man, like that was real insensitive. And I think she missing too. All these people, Soldier Boy, like Dolph had some heat on him big time. Somebody didn't want to let it go.
It was,
And
but it was because of jealousy.
that somebody is quiet as a church mouse right now. And everybody know who I'm talking about.
Oh, it's a lot of them that's quiet as a church mouse. But you know, I see some things that's happening. Like I said, a lot of these people play chess with people that they know don't have.
Well,
Um,
that's what that industry is, a game of chess. And Dolph out chessed everybody. He outplayed him. He outplayed him. He don't have to work, he didn't have to work for nobody. He worked for himself. And they feel like they want you to like he came out with the song Rich Slave. They felt like he needs to be a slave like them, and he refused to do this. Actually, Dolph had retired. He had quit this whole deal. He had
I
quit. He
know
was got about he was about to go into other ventures and become a family man. Dolph went like all the other rappers. You see the way he dressed. He didn't dress like, I mean, he dressed like a hip hopper. He didn't dress like a rapper. He dressed like a hip hopper,
right.
you know. He wore his little skinny jeans and his little, jean jackets, and he was real stylish about what he did. Kind of like Tupac. Tupac looked real nice in his clothes too. Not for nothing, no homo. You know. But
So
yeah, I
where do
mean,
you
like
think
I
the
say,
jealousy came from? Where do you think the jealousy came from?
uh, not signing in his name in blood, the $22 million contract. Yep, the $22 million contract to Rock Nation, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep, yep. That's what I think because people didn't start running around his neighborhood with guns, talking about they looking for him and they trying to kill him. So he turned down that contract. I think
Yeah.
the biggest before that was Gucci Man with the $10 million contract, and then Dolph with the 22, but Dolph turned it down. And from all estimates, they said he was worth 100 million. And then not for nothing either, Dolph started signing what people would call the opposition. He started signing people that certain other people didn't like, that didn't flow with them, straight drop in the bunch. You know, he started signing people they didn't like, and I think that's where the big misconception came in with him. And like if you got to think, if Dolph was feeding the community like that and feeding these young hungry rappers like that, and he decides to quit, I kind of feel like their feelings was hurt. That's why they was running around with them chains, like we gonna get you for that, you know. If
Mm-hmm.
you really look, if you really look at it, next thing you know, this guy come out with a video called "Stepped On." I done stepped on you, Then he come out with this track hop mess. Now he up in 2-on-1, Poplar Street, looking dumb with a black eye. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
feel sorry for him for real, uh, because I'm like you, he do got a mental disorder. For him to put them videos out, in the consecutive manner that he did when hip hop kind of stopped for a minute.
Yeah.
He wanted to put himself on the grand stage. So now he's on the grand stage. And that boy
Right.
Cornelius probably and that boy Cornelius probably gonna get out because the one guy from Memphis 10 was right. Cornelius probably done told them everything. That's why they talking about bonding him out. That's part of his deal.
Well, I
That's
hope
part
not
of his
because
deal.
I hope Cornelius don't get out because Cornelius was the one holding that Draco.
He'll be on house arrest, but he don't need to be out. That's not Memphis nowhere. Maybe Arizona, but not Memphis. Oh, he dead man walking. It ain't no doubt. I mean, they shooting that Gotti in concerts out of state. You know,
Okay.
it's
Hold
not.
on one second.
This, this
Hold on one
trial,
second.
this trial, this trial, this trial gonna be one of the most amazing trials people have ever seen. I can guarantee you that. It's it's gonna be a must see TV.
Yeah, I think so too. That's right, Round TV. Round TV said it's Dolph. Bama says they got attempted murder, 24 shooting at Dolph brother. Raven
Yep.
showed that YouTube blogger allegedly. Raven showed that YouTube blogger what? What did she show a YouTube blogger? It's Dolph Land. That's right, it's Dolph Land. A little boy standing out there in the crowd. Hold on one second. How you doing? Smart.
How you doing? I'm
Great.
fine. I just had to call in. I couldn't take it. I was enjoying watching it. Definitely gonna like you and subscribe. I
Well,
don't live in Memphis right now. Let me cut my thing down just so I'm not. I don't live in Memphis now, but I'm born and bred there, and I relate 100%. And because of the oppressive mentality, which I would say is the trick of the enemy, I couldn't raise my children there.
Right.
I didn't raise my children there. I raised my children in Atlanta, like way up in North Mountains, where we could go to the water every day for free. I had to take them out of where I was born at to teach them something different. And that hurts me. Now, what bothers me the most is once they became educated and in their career, guess where one of them ended up at, which was actually my secret dream. Like, I wish they could go back and show the kids there what they learned. And my daughter is educated there now. Now, what I am saying as far as this job situation is concerned, being with great discernment. I'm not perfect. I don't know. We all speculating allegedly, but there is a divine
Mhm.
energy amongst where that what comes about the miles of two or three. It's got to be something to that. We're all from the
Right.
same place. We went to school there. We knew what we was dealing with. What I'm trying to get to at this point is these tricks that's being used that comes from the top and they say, hey man, you gonna do this and because in school I was very known for fighting. I mean, it was a sport. It's your turn today, nigga. Because you had to defend yourself. Kids were being beat up walking home with some three stripe shoes on. I see straight drop, Gucci'd out, bad, about bass out like, bam. You know, what you're advertising is your actions and what you've done, what you've displayed. In my mind, because I study a lot of different things, I'm in Las Vegas now. Got a couple of kids there, a couple of kids in Atlanta. All my kids are successful and been through college, but I don't believe I could have captured their mind if I raised them at home. I have a grandchild growing up there that's a young boy. He's still a baby now, but I can't sleep at night because I'm like I'm embarrassed about my city. I'm so hurt. I've been all over the domestic United States, and I have talked to people all over this country. And when I
Yep.
say I'm from Memphis. Oh my God. The first 10 years, it took me 6 years to adjust to Atlanta. And the first 10 years, I'm talking about it's the people that argue me down like, y'all killed Kings. Like, we might have failed to protect them, but we didn't kill them.
Right.
Now, to this situation, these guys have been promised, oh, God, do this for me. Think about the movie Demolition Man. They let these criminals out to commit a crime. When I was in Memphis growing up there, I had people over the top of the jail and people under the jail. They can't hide you in there,
Yep.
and ain't nobody gonna stay in there that they don't want in there. Because if you have family there, you good. I don't give a damn what you do. Now this shit they in, it's a little bit deeper than that. But believe you me, they have people working on their side for them to even have been able to come out of there before with these serious crimes. Come on. If that had been Atlanta, they would have entertained it so tough. I don't think you would have saw the light of day from an assault rate at 17 years old. I've watched this Trap Ross Lure, that blog, and I like the way he demonstrates how it's a build to kill system. He breaks down each rapper that's built to kill the next rapper. He shows when they killed and who set up to kill them. And I mean,
Right.
you can't doubt the man because he ain't telling, he's showing it to you. And this isn't just going on in Memphis. When I thought, oh, this so bad in Memphis, I want to raise my kids there. My brother was killed when I was 18. He was 20. That hurt me. I felt like those streets still our sons. What they fail to realize is every young black man we lose, every one of them has the potential to make between 2 and 4 children. That's three as an average. So out of 3 children, let's give them two. That's 4 decades lost of people that'll never be born. That the identity is just like the Atlanta child murders. The system, the economy, the rap game has made
Yeah.
serial killers out of our children.
Absolutely.
This is going
They
on.
Yep.
weaponized rap. They
100%.
weaponized rap.
That's it. I mean, when I
Yep.
raised my children, I came back to Memphis before I came to Vegas. My goal was to show children that they could actually set up. I didn't know about Dolph. I didn't know until was deceased that he was our relative. My children called from Atlanta and said, Mama, they called us from Baltimore and told us this happened. He was our cousin. That hurt me so bad because that's my mother-in-law, her sister's grandson. And these are dignified people. I want to say, I know he grew up in Castalia. Guess where I grew
Yeah.
up? Right around the corner on Perry and Ball Road, straight across from Castalia. Only thing that separates us is the Home Depot. I went to Wooddale, Hamilton, Alsea, you know. So I understand, but I don't understand this purge that they've been tricked into. Because if you watch it, they're telling us what's going on. They putting these movies out. You got all these purge movies that's out there. What happens? They all the black people run to the church. Then you got all these militant groups that don't call themselves KKK, but that's who they are. They the first place they
Right.
go to the church, kill all the people in the church. Then they go to the projects and kill one by one. Because and in one movie they were saying
Well,
they
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
excuse me.
well, let me ask you this. Why do you think that people's energy is different for Cornelius than it is for Straight Drop?
Cornelius looks innocent. He looked like a little kid. He looks like he ain't until you just said he had that rap sheet. I mean, I almost thought he might skate up out of there. But he's quiet. And so unless you talk and give a person something to judge, they can't really judge you. I know it looks like him. We all know it might look like him, but we don't know it's him because they already had a plan before they did it. And what they said, I thought in one of their raps is no face, no case. So there they covered their face, they covered their bodies. Who are all the other 5, 6, 7 people been arrested? Are them the people that went in the back door? Because I know that I don't have a video. I'm sure they had a video, and I could absolutely be wrong. But being from that place where I was born in North Memphis and raised in South Memphis, um, I think some people was so he was surrounded.
Right.
And
So,
I
so why
think
do you
when he
think
was
that?
Yeah,
hit, he
Well, let
was
me ask
I
you.
think that hmm,
Let me ask you this. Why do you think that he? Why do you think that it was a hit? Do you think they were sent there to do it?
no, I don't think it was a hit. I know it was a hit because I had a gift of
yeah,
sight, and that is evident.
Right.
They were sent there to do it. They were promised something. They was not given what they were promised. It might seem like, oh, Kani's got this. The the lawyer's definitely being paid because he's trying, but he's fighting a losing battle. Why? Because you have two people that you can give 3 eggs to. Two of them can be black, and you can say, "These are the two rotten eggs. Don't choose this one. I'm gonna mix them up, and I want you to choose one." But every time they're gonna choose the black ones, the rotten ones. I don't mean that black are rotten, but I'm just saying if you painted them black, there's no way to know uh the white and black. This one bad, this one good. It's a repetitive process. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I just know that I could not take a chance with my children being raised there. I didn't
Yeah.
want them to have the mentality. I don't want them to. I always told them all the bad people dead are in the cemetery. That's the same place. If you go to
Right.
jail, you got a second chance.
Right.
And I meant that.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Classic.
yes,
Classic.
yes,
Okay. You was just up here a few minutes ago, weren't you?
yes, yes, yep, yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
You want me to step?
I'm sorry to talk over you. So I didn't mean to cut you off classic. I just had to tell it.
Oh no,
Well, no,
ma'am. No,
because
no,
I was
no,
trying to.
no.
I know
Everything.
that. I know that. No, I was asking him that because I saw where I thought he had gotten dropped, and I forgot it because I had another person come up here and get dropped too before I could put them on. But that was you that was up here because I had forgotten, and then got dropped and
Yeah,
came
Oh
back.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I came out and came back in because I'm like, you know how you want to say something, you're like, okay, I ain't gonna say no. I'm like, no, I just have to say something because
So you said
it's
that you grew
just
up in the
so.
Castell. You grew up in the Castelia area,
I grew up at Perry and Ball Road. Ain't nothing. I'm right at the corner. There's nothing separating Castalia from us but the Army Depot. We would walk
right?
around it when we want exercise. But I went to Hamilton High School. I'm older than they are. A little bit. Still a spring chicken though, but And
Yeah, that's
I
right.
feel the ops on your page. You know, hey, black youngster, and what's that boy name? Got it. He, figure that. I mean, you just gotta understand that there's somebody over them. They pawns too. They saying that this a
Yep.
chess game. I haven't played chess since I was 10, but I know you protect that queen, can move over and what else? The king. But I do also know what's on that back row, bishops and the rooks. But then what's in front of them, knights. But in front of that is what? Pawns. It's two rows of
Yep.
them, if I'm not mistaken. And there's casualties in every war. And when you're playing chess, you don't mind risking the pawns. And for them to drive around in that black car and see, oh, let me see if you're over there. That was dumb. Because you wanted him to know it was you, number one. That was some kind of egotistical move. Also, you had to make sure it was done for whoever you got to report to. Because I don't believe that Dolph enemies are only rappers. I don't believe that his enemy is Yo Gotti. Somebody over his ass. He's slaving for somebody to. And so I believe that his enemies are people who thought, wow, how do we let him slip past us? Now he in the real estate. You probably was buying the stuff at the land bank, but now you done start going out here in Germantown and Somerville. You know, you have picked up some other interests, other people. Now you have a license to have a dispensary. You're black. They don't want black people doing that. I'm in Vegas. I'm telling you. I was there in Arkansas. I studied
Also,
this there. I was I was in
also,
Memphis for 11
also,
months
man,
before I came here.
What was you going to
Hmm.
say,
also,
classic?
man, also, this is a man who's had his life attempted on two times prior. One time in
Absolutely.
LA where he actually got shot, and another time in North Carolina where he was shot at 100 times. So it was
And
a
that's
hit.
what hurts me. That's what
Right.
hurts me because I feel like he didn't protect himself. One, I feel like at 36, he made a great legacy. It was time to move on. You can still give, but you can't stay in Memphis. I feel that way because I couldn't stay there. In order to get the career I wanted, I had to leave there. And one time I transferred back home. I still owned
Hold
a
on.
home there.
Right. Hold on
And
one second.
guess what? Hmm.
Miss Mar, hold on one second. Rest in peace, Young Doll says, um, Key Glock dropped a deluxe album. He basically was talking about what Dolph taught him, and don't trust them boys. Be in your pictures, upgrading. I think he put Dolph on the tape too. Yeah, I think Dolph was smart enough to know, the snakes that was around him. I think that's why they got mad because he started kind of getting them out of the camp, right?
He talked about it in that song, "Talking to My Scale." He talked about his whole situation.
He
He
sure
talked about his whole,
did. He told
and,
everything.
and, and every time he said bitch, he was talking about his baby mama. I could tell you that every time, because that's what he called her
I
all
just
the
think
time.
it's hard to come up to Memphis. If you try to have something, they ain't gonna want you to have it. When I moved back there, I worked for the same company. I had worked in 6 cities in 3 states. They cut my salary $2,000 a month. Same heifers that was there when I was 17 years old. But
Yeah,
they didn't
Memphis
want me to
definitely.
have
Yeah,
shit.
Memphis definitely has that slave mentality, and I have to say that. And it's like, well, I'll say that crabs in a barrel mentality, where
Yes.
I don't
I didn't want to
understand.
say it, but
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
crabs. Yeah, I say it
Mm.
all the time. There's that
Yeah,
crabs in a barrel mentality is running rampant. Not, but it ain't just in Memphis. For some reason, I think, as a whole, as Black African American people, it's hard for us to come out of the barrel because when one crab comes out, another crab gets mad and want to pull you back down in it, and they're
Mhm.
okay as
Mhm.
long as everybody's in the barrel ain't getting nothing, instead of allowing. And then when one do get out, they get mad. Even if you help them, you can't give them enough because they want your life.
You can't. They will suck you dry. I tried over and over, but my dad told me when he was that a white man had told him that he was going fishing with his grandpa little, and he had some minnows, worms, and some crabs. and crickets. He said, Daddy, why you got those lids on the crickets over there? He said, well, if I don't put them lids on there, they're gonna jump out. He said, them minnows too? He said, yeah. He said, you ain't got none of them crabs. He said, a crab just like old nigga. The moment one of them get halfway to the top, all of them gonna reach up and pull them down. With that in mind, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you believe that in some cases that it's racism or classism? Because it is common that within the race that there are many people who will allow it to be infiltrated. And you have other cultures who this is a disgrace. You know, look Ukraine fighting for their lives. Don't even they're putting people to work that ain't never had no military
Yeah,
experience.
hold on, you guys.
I
I got,
can't.
and I hate to cut y'all off, but I got some more people that wants to come up, so I'm gonna have to
Yes,
let
go
them come up.
ahead. Go
So let,
ahead.
yeah, let me
Hey,
let them come up.
I
And
want to
thank you
elaborate
all.
on what she said. I want to elaborate on what she said, and I'm out. That's a classic
Okay.
case of what you call the house nigga, and the field nigga, crabs in the bucket. And I'm out.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Thank y'all for
Okay.
coming up.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. You guys. Okay. For those people that was backstage, I just dropped the link again if you want to come back up. I know I'm kind of running behind. I try to get everybody up, but I've made it a habit of not letting too many people come up at one time. I like to have like two people up at a time so that everybody won't be talking over each other, so that it'd be me and two more other people. So those people that was backstage, hit the link to come back up. Didi's Lifestyle says it's people in Texas involved with the RICO that's coming just for accessory after the fact of helping trying to cover up the assassination. Let's see. Doc was putting on Crips, CMG is Bloods, and Vice Lords. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we got all of these gang members. We got all of these gang members um within rap, in the rap industry. And that's what's going on. Round TV says, Tamara, we love you. I love you too, Rounds TV. Make it make sense that somebody at the press conference said Johnson was holding the long gun, Draco Smith with the pistol. Oh wow. Please don't use the R word, which is taking a cookie. YouTube would strike Tamara's channel. They sure will. MO3 and Dolph are just alike. A lot of people say that, Dee, that the MO3 case and Dolph's case is just alike. Y'all, I just dropped the link again for the people that was backstage. You could come back up because I know I had y'all holding in backstage for a long time. So you can, I dropped the link again for you all to be able to come back up. If you have something you want to say about this situation, like I said, I had a concern. I wanted to know why it seemed like the energy for Cornelius was different, and people are kind of letting Cornelius go up under the radar. When I feel like Cornelius is in this neck deep. But I see people are a lot softer on Cornelius. It appears like the energy is a lot different and a lot more passive as it relates to Cornelius. Damn, does she sound like Lil Wayne to y'all, or am I tripping? Yes, the speakers, it's a purge. MO3 died for dropping people. MO3 died for clapping people. Dolph died talking about Gotti. Oh, okay. Gotti talked about Dolph too, right? Because I feel this way: if rappers can't take another rapper saying anything about them on the record, they too weak minded to be rappers. They're emotionally unstable, and we can't support people that are too emotionally unstable, that they want to make money. Because Gotti has dissed people in the past. They say he dissed 3 6 Mafia. 3 6 Mafia didn't put no hits on his life. That's what I'm hearing. When he first started, he dissed them, and they didn't put hits on his life. And I'm not saying he did that to Dolph, but I'm just saying. So when rappers, when it gets to the point where they are too emotionally unstable, where they ain't got the sense to keep it on record and make money, we can't support them, and then they can't be rappers, right? And when they are out here physically creating violence in our communities, we just need to not deal with the record label, anybody on the record label altogether. And that's how we control the record labels and get them to stop sending destruction back to our communities, because that's what they doing. Because the first thing they saying is we ain't in the hood no more. I done made it out. God done bless me. God bless you, but the people around you that's left in the community are the people that supported you in the beginning when nobody knew you. Well, like Cornelius' fingerprints being on that car, I'm thinking he stole the car and turned around and gave it to Straight Drop. Cornelius was the driver. He steal cars, not murder. Jojo Splat and his close homies are the killers. Well, then hmm. Let's see. Who said that? Okay. I'm talking about, okay. Cornelius is what you call a silent killer. There's a lot of those in Chicago. You're right. That's how I feel. Remy, be quiet. Y'all, I'm behind in the comments, but I am catching up. So yeah, I dropped the link again. Like I said, I had some people in the back waiting backstage. I just dropped it again. If you want to talk about this, I want to know why the energy seems different for Cornelius. Because I've heard some people say, just like in here tonight, that they flat out don't feel like Cornelius was involved. Hey, should I have security guard? And he was moving away. He was moving way too wrong, and every car he had was camouflaged. Yeah, but Bama, you think about it, like, I mean, a person has a right to ride around in whatever car that they want to. People should, without people, you know, I don't know. Let's see, 176 likes. Can we get the likes up, you guys? Okay, so we're at 180. Please hit the like button. I dropped the link. He says Moneybag You and Dolph was beefing that day. They called Dolph from him being in town for his last 3 days. They shot up Castelia Sunday morning. Dolph died around 2 on Wednesday. Wow. Okay. ATL has a case of a lady who got killed at a bowling alley. It's been determined that a gay man waited 20 minutes outside to shoot and kill. Hold on, y'all, because I'm getting ready to get her. Come here, Remy. Come here. Because she just likes to bark when she feel like I'm not paying her no attention. Says, I think it was just too many people wanted to be. Absolutely, it was jealousy. It was just jealousy all the way across the board. All the people arrested yet, only 2 in the steel frame, were the others in the back, like the family dollar lady said. I'm confused. Almost 10 arrested, only 10 or more dead. Okay. Yeah, Remy cutting up. I think Straight Drop just put the spotlight on himself with the actions afterwards. Cornelius never had any attention on him. Like I said, y'all, tonight, just looking at Straight Drop's lawyer looked absolutely defeated. He looked absolutely defeated. I wish it was some kind of way I could pull up that clip. Thank you, Dima. Thank you so much. She's like, I want to be on camera. Put me on camera, mama. I know. She want all of the attention. Different opinions and different points of view. That's right. For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you could do it via Cash App, or you can do it via Super Chat. We got 182 likes. Um, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button, you guys. Please hit the like button. But I want to hear what y'all got to say. Why does it seem that the energy is so different for Cornelius? Because a lot of people just flat out don't think that Cornelius is involved. A lot of people just flat out don't think that he is involved. And I absolutely think that he is involved. Yes, it's real talk with Tamara. That's right. Long live Dolph. Straight Drop did not put the attention on him. Straight Drop. Let's see. It says Straight Drop did not put the attention on him. Straight Drop got a record deal the 19th of November, 2 days after Young Dolph got killed. So I've heard a lot of people say they feel like that was part of the deal. The reason that Straight Drop did that, because he did start putting out songs shortly after. I'm thinking Cornelius is it's time to the car. Remember, Terry Owens got locked up in the process in that car too. Cornelius was a broke janitor on his Facebook page days before Doc was killed. I don't see how he went to being a hitman within days. But now remember now, if you was on here earlier, you see where I pulled up Cornelius has a history of violence and robbing people, aggravated assaults, robbery. Hey, Kimberly.
Good evening. How are you?
Great. You're doing a good job. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
So, what do you think about this? Why do you think that the energy is different for Cornelius?
I think it's because Straight Drop name was out there so much, and when he was when he was caught and arrested, that's when we found out about Cornelius. So I personally believe it's because of how the information was related to us through the media.
Okay.
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
but and that's what I personally believe. It's because he was, hiding, not technically because they had him in custody, but we had no clue about Cornelius Smith until after Straight Drop was, arrested. So I believe that's why all the attention is still focused on him and not so much Cornelius. And because Straight Drop was, flaunting, clout seeking, in my opinion, etc. And Cornelius, I haven't seen much in his social media because I sure been looking.
Um, D. Bradshaw says if you make a video with the Bass Pro Shop in it, you're putting attention on yourself. People aren't stupid. That's true.
Absolutely.
Great show. Keep rocking. Thank you, The Real Rap Show. But do you all think a battery was put in Straight Drops back, just like the young lady that got on here last night and said that somebody was putting a battery in his back, telling him to do that stuff?
I can agree with that because the timing of the videos and how professional the video was, because you just don't do that overnight. You got to edit it. I don't know much, but correct me if I'm wrong. You got to edit and make sure it's correct and do changes and switch up before you release it, right?
Right?
So I don't believe that was done in 3 or 4 or 5 days.
Me neither. Me neither. Which means that, like I said, they had been planning to. I think they, these people, whoever they were, they was planning. They had put a plan into motion because they knew he would be in town.
Bingo, absolutely.
They had put a plan into motion.
And as I stated before, to my knowledge, I've never heard anything about any other people that was trying to take Dolph's life other than the two attempts that we were aware of in North Carolina and LA. So to me, like most law enforcement, when there's a history like that, that's where they usually start. So, and a lot of people think, oh, no, because, Yo Gotti, he got all this money, he ain't got time. But this was personal. Allegedly, he may or his camp may be involved. We don't know, but it appears that way. And I believe they also set up to make it look like just plain street beef. So it wouldn't be scared to be looking at CMG, but people aren't dumb. You can figure it out.
That's right. That's right. A lot of people. I hear a lot of people say, "But it was so sloppy." Um, well, you
I'm glad
know,
it was.
me too. I'm glad that it was too.
And I also believe that they thought that they were going to get away for the simple fact they had so much of, their body covered that we couldn't really make out anything. But people who really knew straight drop allegedly, said this was straight drop. And I believe the same day it happened. So his name was floating around, him, see what is CEO Bobby, Jojo Splash, and not CEO Teasy, but MTZ. I don't know if you remember that or not, but I didn't hear about CEO Teasy till a little later. And MTZ, was on another YouTuber, and he wasn't worried about it. And it didn't look like him to me either. So I didn't think it was him, other than the way the legs were. That kind of made me wonder if it was MTZ. But it's just so much stuff that they planning to be confused, and then they paying YouTubers to play defense and to redirect information and just to confuse all of us.
That's true. I believe that. I do believe that they pay YouTubers to and those and to try to assassinate the character or credibility of those that is on the right trail, right?
And the most incredible thing about it, Tamara, is that nobody's gonna win. The suspects, families, and themselves are gonna lose because what when the consequences come, and then Dolph and his family, he's gone. They're grieving. No one wins when this goes on. When you kill, it's final and
Tanya
it's
said, "Shoot."
personal.
Thank you, Tanya, for the $5 super chat. Tanya said, "Shoot someone 22 times is personal," and it was absolutely personal.
Yep.
Straight dropping them didn't have no dog in no fight in that fight with Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. They had fallen out. They might have been jealous of what he was doing for them, but that he had been doing. I'm talking about for Keith locking them, but he had been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was never enough for them to want to take him out. So you're right. It was definitely personal on a whole nother level. And the thing about it is, whatever they thought was going to happen when they took Dolph out, it's not going to happen. It's actually backfiring. It's going to be the opposite,
Mm-hmm.
because nothing good could ever come out of this. But the people who sent these folks out on a dummy mission, they don't even care. They couldn't care less about these people because they feel like it's not touching them, and they got what they wanted, which was Dolph out. In their mind, they're saying, "Well, I don't really care what people say. I don't really care what go on with these crash dummies. I got Dolph out of the way, and that was my goal."
Absolutely. And to see them celebrating and others just making it make me cry and my heart just break for the simple fact, human life is valuable. And to celebrate when someone is killed and murdered and hawked down like a dog, oh my God. That is diabolical, and that is just demonic to me. Simply demonic.
Yeah, it's demonic. And like I said, there seems to be no remorse.
Right.
There seems to be no remorse at all, and that's the sad thing about it. And I'm talking about, when I say no remorse, straight dropping them are feeling it, but straight dropping them are just the little people that are involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
They are just the little people.
Yep. We gotta work our way up to the head. Oh, thank you, the Real Rap Show, for that $50
Oh wow,
donation.
thank you, the Real Rap Show, for your $50 donation. Oh my God, thank you so much,
Uh,
the Real Rap Show. Thank you so much for the $50 donation.
yep, he has a cool channel. I'm subscribed to him. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
over there and subscribe to him also. I didn't.
yeah, he's cool. I like his, how he break things down. I haven't been over it in a while because been, connected with you, but he's awesome in my opinion.
Okay. I'm gonna go check you out. Thank you, the Real Rap Show. I'm definitely gonna check you out. Make it make sense that somebody made a fake Cornelius Instagram page that was started on January 17th. He was in jail at the time. They got him following all TM True
Mm,
Mafia's rappers. On his real page, he didn't follow none of them. So that lets you know that even if but they all lived around the same area now. But even if they might have been familiar with each other, but even if they didn't deal with each other, they got one person in common, whoever sent them there. Because I'm trying
mm-hmm.
to figure out how Cornelius kept beating all these charges. I told y'all Cornelius got 3 pages full of charges, and I mean I just looked at what's public. I ain't even try to pull up what he's had expunged in the past.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like he may be an informant. T.
And that's possible because these are felony charges. This man has committed aggravated robbery, and it looked like he was getting into something big every other year.
Mm. And it's ironic. Sometimes it seems like the biggest criminals are the informants,
I mean,
aka allegedly Alpo, who's no longer here.
because
But
people say he looked harmless, but Cornelius was charged with aggravated domestic violence or aggravated domestic assault.
mm,
You know, as most people get charged with like just domestic assault,
mm-hmm.
and just domestic assault is a misdemeanor, but his was a felony. It was aggravated domestic assault.
I wonder if a child was present because I don't know what Tennessee law is, but um, I wonder, if a child was involved in that for it to be aggravating.
Tanya says she liked the Real Rap Show as well. I'm gonna go over
Yep,
there.
he's dope. I like him. He will have you laughing. I promise.
I'm gonna go check it out. I sure appreciate
Yeah,
that.
he has a great sense of humor as well.
Okay. Jason says, y'all folks stay guessing. But Jason, do you know what happened? Do you know what happened so we won't have to guess?
That's right. We students teach us.
Uh, uh, Two Pistol says, why did Raven tell Isha get dropped like dog? Now I was looking at that. Raven says that was a fake page. I was looking at her on somewhere, and she said that was a fake page.
Mm,
Okay, Jason says he don't. He said he don't know. We don't know either. He said, "Pray and mind your business."
well, also, Jason, we need to have discussions on how to make our communities better and stop killing each other. And just praying without talking and discussing it is not going to, it won't help if we don't do that.
I got a feeling if I'm gonna just keep letting him go because I got a feeling he gonna do something that he ain't even got no business doing in a few minutes.
Do you want me to go ahead and get back in the comments?
Now I'm gonna wait on him to do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it, but I
Okay.
just got a feeling that I can feel something coming on with him because he
Mm-hmm.
emotional. He emotional, and I'm gonna let him do it because he too emotional not to do it. Because if he didn't want to hear what we had to say, he shouldn't be in these comments. So I'm
Absolutely.
gonna let him hang himself. So I'm gonna keep letting him talk. Malika says, and he's still talking too. Malika
Mm-hmm.
said, I remember back in the day when Ice Cube split from NWA and they were dissing Cube, and Cube never said anything about them. He responded with no Vaseline, like Ice Cube said.
Right. That's the thing. You a battle with your rap, versus not guns and hits.
Mm-hmm. Tony says Cornelius' demeanor was different in court today. So I heard a lot of people say that it seems like he's becoming more confident.
I need to watch those videos because I didn't watch them earlier because I had other business to take care of. But I'm going to go back and watch them
Yeah,
probably in the morning.
but I don't think that he's going to. I don't, I like I said, I don't. He's in this neck deep, and I don't think he should get out of this.
Nope. And right, I do believe that um, AK, whatever he had, was the one that really took Dolph out, allegedly.
It was because he was the first one to get out the car.
Right. And I cannot wait, Tamara, to find out who that third person was. And I'm still wondering why they haven't released that person's name, or did they put out maybe a little false information and that it was Cornelius? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Hold on, let's see. Bama says, okay, Terry says he is about to take the plea. Do you think that? You think Cornelius is about to take the plea? Straight Drop's attorney sure looked sad tonight. He looked absolutely defeated. I was confident at some of my trials and they went wrong, but nothing like murder, nothing like them charges they got. Yeah. Two Pistol says I'm an OG in my city. My young ones talk to me before they do anything stupid. I give them um it jumped. He said I give
Sound
them hope
advice.
and they thank me all the time for their listening and giving, and you know what, Two Pistols, that's what's missing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what used to happen in the past. The OGs before, a lot of these young men that did not have father figures in their lives or big brothers before they committed these crimes, and they still do. They go to their OGs, but the difference now is when they go to their OGs now, these OGs are telling them to commit these crimes.
Yep.
Instead of gearing them right, they tell them to go left. So, I mean, they don't have a lot of people like you anymore. And that's the God's truth. And that's the problem. And that's what I can't understand. Why are these OGs that's supposed to be about their community and that's supposed to have love for these young men? Why do they have them going left?
Because the streets is not loyal to itself. Nobody. It's an illusion.
They said, wasn't that Shondell person living in Dallas, Texas? Yes. He says, am I, Michael Classic says, am I blocked? Who would block you? Why
Yep.
would somebody block you?
He hasn't said anything to be blocked inappropriately.
Right. It's Bama 101 says the plea deal going to be life without or 60 years or above. Make it make sense says Cornelius kidnapped, pistol whipped, and held his baby mama hostage for 3 days. All the charges was dropped. I still don't think he was a shooter.
Well, he was something, but I mean, it's looking more and more like he's an informant. That's for sure. Allegedly.
I mean, but he kidnapped and pistol whipped his baby mama.
Mm, mm, mm.
That sounds like to me he's violent
And dangerous.
and dangerous. I mean, I did see some aggravated robbery charges
Oh, Jesus.
that he got dismissed.
Man, that the writing is on the wall. He's an informant. That's it. I mean, for all that those crimes, and you to get them dismissed. Come on now. Unless he has family members or someone connected, that's doing that. But I believe he's an informant for sure. Allegedly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Jason, we all live in America, and anything that happened in America is America's business,
That's
including
right.
us. Period.
That's right. We talk about stuff all over the world, Jason. You can't tell us who to talk about. 901 says he's only violent towards women. Look at what he did when he carjacked the white lady. That's true. Mike Jones says he lucky he was not here the state would have picked it up even though he did not come to court. Teresa Hand, Cornelius is older, and that's what we see. We don't see innocence. He knows how to carry himself. His demeanor is what people are looking. Right. He's more controlled. He's more controlled. He seems to be craftier.
And he's seasoned because he, all these run-ins and his long criminal record. So he's a seasoned in this. He ain't a rookie. He's an OG in it.
Jason, do you know what happened? Because you keep saying, "Are we gonna guess what happened?" Because see, I'm trying to keep from blocking you. Because if you got an issue with what we talking about, I'm gonna either have to block you or you're gonna have to stand down. Because you can't control what go on in here. I try to be understanding because I know it's a lot of mental illness in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna either have to stand down or I'm gonna block you. You got a choice. A lot of people wouldn't give you no choice because if you could leave, but if you don't want to leave, you need to stand down. If you can't stand down, I'm gonna block you.
Yeah, because we're
You
respectful
can't
over
stop.
here.
No, you can't control these. We're all grown. It's 267 people in here. With you, it's 260. Okay, it's 269. So I guess it's 268. So if you got a problem, I think you need to just excuse yourself. If you can't excuse yourself, if you don't want to do that, then stand down. Okay, stand down. Because you can't, we're all grown up in here. You can't run nobody in here. Miss Bama says, this is YouTube. People talk about what they want. People crazy these days. That's right. Jason troll up at midnight trolling. That's what it looked like. Gotti album explains Dolph. I believe he was following orders from his boss. Malika,
Allegedly, right.
allegedly. Yes, I think Straight Drop was given promises of a lucrative rap career and a lot of pocket money.
Bingo.
Me too. He done been he done been to the big house. Wow. God gave us all common sense. It's a shame to see grown folks take our kids. And that's what's got me upset. What they're doing to children and young adults. And it's not like that. This just happened to Straight Drop. Like Straight Drop been getting in trouble. So it appears to and crashing out. People been using him since he was a child. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's a sad thing when a lot of these older people are misusing the children. They brag about what they do for their kids and how they love their kids and they sending their kids all to private schools, and then they they sick enough to say, well, I took care of my little dude because he gave him some money to go and take somebody else's life. And it ultimately, not only did he ruin the person's life that he had him to take out, he ruined his quote unquote homie's life. Because here's the thing, and that's why I say, like, these kids don't know what love is, because when people truly care about you, they don't want to see you caught up in no mess.
Absolutely. And also, Tamara, a YouTuber you and I both watch, not the one we mentioned before. He had told a story. He has said it several times on his channel that when he was young, what they were doing, with their crew, their family, and the older heads was having the younger guys do what most of them do, get in trouble, go do their jobs for them. And he said he started thinking about it. But wait a minute, what are you doing? And he woke up and he was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Thank God the light bulb turned on for him to recognize that something was wrong for my OG to tell me to go do something wrong that can get me killed or in jail. But you're not doing it, but I'm doing it. And hi, Teresa. I see you.
Yeah, she said hello, lovely queen. John Johnson says the streets don't love nobody. They just take you away from who you do love, and that's true.
Facts.
But why isn't that registering with these young adults?
because their minds have been manipulated and twisted because they want street cred, and they want to be known that someone is loyal and it's not going to be a snitch, and then they want to run around and be in these music careers or sports careers and don't want to be labeled as a snitch. But that's what we have to snitch out our community. No snitching. And it's sad that only when trouble comes to your doorstep, then you want the public and the community to talk to get that person who did harm to your family. But prior to that, you don't want to say nothing. That's what's wrong.
Um, Gamecocks 47 says Pre needs to invest heavily in Big Moochie Gray because he fired. I absolutely agree.
Okay.
And I love Key Glock's style, and I love Snoop Band style, all of them. But Big Moochie Great, the way that he rides a beat, I mean, he's fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it seemed to be a disconnect somewhere because I haven't even seen Big Moochie Great. Like, I think they say he lost his Instagram page. I don't know what happened with that. But Big Moochie Grape needs to make more of a presence because Big Moochie Grape is fire. He's like a updated, he's like a updated Biggie, and I'm telling y'all that now.
Oh, really?
Yes, he
Okay.
is. He got this song that my friend be singing all the time. One of my friends and have me singing Yeah, I mean it's just a cool beat. It's just an up tempo beat.
Okay.
You're right, Miss Tanya. She said their minds were manipulated before it was properly trained.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And
Nobody wants to be accountable for nothing. It's the way of life. I'm old school. And they don't, Andre. They don't want to be accountable for anything because number one, they need to take accountability for what they send these kids out to do.
mm-hmm.
I keep saying if you got money to put on people's heads, that means you got money to waste. First of all, if you're supposed to be a G, why don't you? If you got an issue with a man, you go knock that chip off his shoulder. That goes to show they think that their lives are too much. They can't go do no dirt, you know, with their own hands because they gotta be able to floss and flodge. They got too much to live for. But if they say I hand you a bag to go do it, that means they feel like your life ain't even worth nothing because they already know you could get caught up. So
Mm-hmm.
you go do my dirty work because see, I could get caught. I can't do it because I'm too important. You go do it. Your life ain't worth nothing. And them kids ain't caught on to that. Cornelius old and rusty enough to know right from wrong, but he is a career criminal.
Right.
And he trying to slide through the cracks right now because he has slid through the cracks constantly. This man got he got 3 pages full of charges with nothing but felonies. And somehow charge dismissed after dismissed after dismissed after dismissed. This man ain't even got no reason, no business out because he commits heinous crimes.
Those judges or whomever dismissed those charges, they need to be investigated.
That's true. Teresa Hand says, I think the big dogs planned it and Straight Drop was asked to round up accomplices, I guess. And that's where Cornelius was called in to assist. He has heads up on that much.
Well, he was doing something because, like you said, T, his where he lived was very, nice, and it cost a lot of money. And what kind of work was he doing? And I personally believe he was a hitman.
Who Straight Drop was living good.
Allegedly, and he may allegedly be a serial killer.
Right. But Cornelius wasn't living that good.
Oh, wow.
Sergeant Brownlee says, Dow's problem was finding loyal shooters. The enemy got there first. Like I said, when men are making money like that, why does it have to result in violence? Because like I said in the past, when people had beefs, they just that was a way for them to make more money. They went and made more albums. and made money off of it. And people wanted to hear what they had to say. They was crafty with words. They knew how to use words and rhyme.
Right. And you know what Sergeant Brownlee just said is it's ironic because you shouldn't be trying to go get shooters. I don't care who you are, to be killing other people allegedly. I mean, you just shouldn't.
Right. D. Bradshaw says, I think letting him out could fold the whole case. He needs to sit until this is over. That's right. And then he needs to go serve his time because he don't need to get out. If Cornelius gets out, he's gonna commit another murder within 3 or 4 years because
Cause one,
he's gonna feel like he's like the Teflon Don.
yeah.
He already been getting all these felony charges and getting out.
And a person like that, in my opinion, cannot be reformed. If all you constantly get charge after charge and they get dismissed, and you continue to do crimes, you can. To me, you can't be what I just said, redeemed or well, I can't even think of the word I had said just a moment ago. But you can't change for the better because you're conditioned and you're familiar with what the crimes that you're doing and you used to get away with it. So why stop? Oh, it's
Mike,
reformed. That's what I was looking for. Reformed.
Mike Jones says, Sergeant Brownlee, what a coincidence. I have seen that name before on another YouTube page. Contact UTMZ saying no more leads. Mm. Violence equal to rap game. That's true, and it's getting
Mm-hmm.
worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. Um, Andre says he had more charges um, than Discover and Capital One.
And that's so sad.
I know they could be working with the feds. That's why they get off. They working with somebody, ain't it? I think what
Absolutely.
it is all about them drugs they was on, all that lean pills went to their heads. Well, I feel like they definitely had to get high. If you had looked at Straight Drop when he got on live that night, right? The night after they had killed Dolph, that same night. If you look at his eyes, now he was rapping, trying to act like he didn't have no problems. But you look at some of the young men that got on saying, I told you I was going to have your back, but then they got right off, you know. And when he started reading the comments and them folks was letting him know they knew he had killed Dolph, you should have seen his eyes when he started reading the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But, he was drinking and stuff then. He couldn't really even handle it because he was drinking. That means he was trying to basically sedate himself. And so I think shortly after that, people started giving him a false sense of security, setting him up. He started get these videos and stuff started coming out. So I guess he felt like he was going to be able to forget about it and live happily ever after. When they
Mm-hmm.
was using him, that was just the finale of them using him.
Right.
Hmm. The way I see it, the order was given to an OG, and the OG did the roundup of hitters. Hmm.
I
He
totally
probably
agree.
must be the same. Dolph was like a father to him. Not at that age. Um, he can be saved. He most definitely plastered on PWP page saying that no more leads on young Dolph case.
Mm.
Dolph was 36, got it 41 until May. Who's shooting Uncle? Mm. Never put nothing past anyone. People are capable of doing anything in the world, especially if they're desperate for money. Just because they have a smile on their face, they still can be heinous killers. That's true. The younger generation forfeit the future early for monetary gain. Then they just quit. And it's something that's got to be done because they're not being people are not, it's like this younger generation is not being taught to love life, to
R-
respect life.
right.
They're being taught to love things, and that's why they're killing human beings like they're nothing for to be able to go get things like Gucci hats and all of that. Make it make sense that Big Unc released an official video to his song "Letters to Flipper." He feels some kind of way. He should. It jumped.
He said he should because it's part because he part a part in Duff death allegedly. I guess you were trying to say because he is a part of, the death of Dolph allegedly.
Why you think he's a part of it? Make it make sense.
I was wondering the same thing.
Why do you think that? Shout out to Grove Hero. He's keeping Flipper name alive. I was just in Birmingham a couple weeks ago. Okay, where's the NAAA? Where's the NAACP now? They well, the NAACP ain't really did nothing for Black folks in many years. They've been sold out, in my opinion.
Just taking their money.
They're just taking their money. That's it. Well, if Drop was in California, allegedly he has alibis. He better speak up. Right. If he was in California, why hadn't he said he was in California? Especially on that day.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We got 196 likes. Let's get the likes up to 200.
Yes, please. Just 4 more. And thank you for all the other ones who have smashed the like button.
Please hit the like button. For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. Let's see, we're at 197. Okay, we're at 200. Thank you.
Awesome.
Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We have 283 people into the room. So I want to hear what y'all think. I'm getting ready to drop the link again. Miss Teresa says that Cornelius is taking the plea. Malika says the devil is busy. Man, this is a young boy and Pooh Shiesty baby, no sense at all. Where most of the young men want fast money. No one
Mm-hmm.
wants to work like real men back in the days. That's true. That's true. I just dropped the link. And if anyone wants to come up here, let's see. Make it make sense says Big Moochie probably hiding from Bang Wang and them true. I think Bang Wang is in jail. In Bang Wang in jail?
I thought he was arrested.
Now I remember when Big Moochie Great now he did that video. Now they Bang Wang and them shot him, but he shot Bang Wang back because he said he in worse shape than me, but they
Right.
was on the same floor.
Mm.
They was on the same floor, So something has to be done. Like it's time for these record heads to take more control. But see, they're the ones that's promoting it because
Mm-hmm.
they're benefiting because there's insurance and stuff that they get, right?
Absolutely.
But it should be whereas if they have any type of gang affiliation, you give them an ultimatum. If you want, we can make money together. We can make money. We can keep it on wax. But if you sitting up talking about, you know, I don't know, if you want to gang bang and stuff, I can't get money with you. We can't get money
Mm-hmm.
together because I can't have that stuff around my label.
Your brand. That's right.
That's what I would think. Yes, he was picked up December 30th in that suite. I think Bang Wang was picked up. I think now in back in November, at the end of November.
Oh, I spent one night just going through his social media. I'm
Who,
like,
Bang Wang?
uh-huh.
Oh wow.
Yep.
What is it gonna take him for this stuff to stop?
Well, as I said before, number one, it has to be God. We have to, like I read in Second Chronicles, that has to start right there, and us coming together and we're having a clear mind and not drugged up or high or drunk, and have these dialogues in order to make our world and our community better, and for them to understand it's enough money for everybody to be winning, and let's stop killing each other. Let's start helping each other. Get back to what it used to be.
There has to be a change because, like I said, I get emotional because I understand. I do my research and I understand that this was engineered. But what's so hurtful to me is I know the hoods of Memphis, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hurtful to me when I see people that make it out of Memphis. If you don't want to give back, don't give back. But why are you sending destruction back to these communities? How can you see how it was firsthand? And I'm just talking about any of these young men that have made it out,
Right.
that's sending destruction back. If you know you came out of South Memphis, out of North Memphis, those are the poorest hoods. North Memphis is even poor. It's even more impoverished than South Memphis.
Mm.
So if you grew up in that, so you know what these young dudes are going through. If they got a talent, it's bad enough they get signed and you raping them in the contracts financially. So you work them like a workhorse and they really ain't getting nothing.
Nope.
So
15,
you
maybe
tying
13.
them up in those slave contracts.
That's
But
right.
if you ain't gonna help the communities, my God, stay away. Disown Memphis, but don't send destruction back to our youth.
Exactly. And the crazy part about it is these executives are hiring, or not hiring, but signing these people in order for them to, crash out, because they want you to have beef, and then there's also fake beef, all for, click and views and sales.
Demon says straight drop, let them get in his ear and spew talk of how much he should hate Dolph for cutting him off. He fell for the okie doke.
Someone's make sense as one of CEO Bobby's nickname is Mr. Hit for hire. Wow. TM got a whole gang of shooters. Or it just went somewhere. Oh, there it is. I just don't see why they would go out of their gang for Cornelius.
Maybe Cornelius is not that much of an outsider. I don't see them going and getting some outsider. That would be dangerous. Like, you would never go get a person that you don't know anything about to go with you on a mission like that, because they might tell on you.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be somebody within your circle that you trust.
Yep.
That's why I say Cornelius keep getting underestimated because he was a little older than them, and he kept himself down. It appears he lived right over there in that same neighborhood that they all be in.
Oh my God. And look how easy he was to blend in. Mm.
Like I said, he just seemed like he was a little different because he was trying to have something. He appeared to have something going. They say he was a janitor, but it looked like to me he was just a career criminal.
Right.
Cornelius was, because before he got these charges, I'm gonna get ready to let y'all know. I'm trying to log back in if it ain't down. Cornelius was a career criminal, and he's violent. He just look innocent. He's not, and that's a dangerous person when they
Mm-hmm.
look like they innocent. He the type that'll pop you and be looking in your face quietly, just staring at you like he ain't did nothing.
Absolutely. Well, take you out of here and the body be in the next room and he eating, watching TV.
Let's see, 12. Okay, here it is, 12, 12.
Thank you, Tanya, for that donation. Or Tanya, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Thank you, Miss Tanya.
Oh, it is Tanya. Okay.
Yeah, thank
Awesome.
you, Miss Tanya. West Rest Well Dog. Thank you, Miss Tanya, for the $10 donation. Thank you so much. Let me see. With Cornelius, it says unindicted. One of these cases, it says it's still open. Let me see. Motion for bail, bond reduction. This was back in 2019. He did something,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
but it doesn't have the paperwork attached.
Wow.
Like I said, it's sad. This man is a career criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think they're going to give him bond or bail?
Um, if it's a new judge that he hasn't dealt with before, I would think probably not. But being that he has a history of getting out, it's possible. But if he's an informant, I don't. They may put him in, witness protection, and let him get a bond, and then he hide and goes in witness protection. That's possible too.
Okay, the aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault, domestic assault, bodily harm. Okay,
Mm.
I guess that's what the young lady was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was in 2018.
3 years ago. Well, 3 going on 4 years ago, rather.
Yeah, like I said, he's got a long rap sheet, and he tends to get everything disposed.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be an informant, or his family. He must have family that work in law enforcement and or may have some kind of connection for him to keep getting out and time and time and time again. And these are some serious charges, felony charges.
Let's see, this particular charge looked like he might have been jailed. Um, Let me see. This is aggravated criminal attempt, aggravated robbery, and aggravated assault. This was back in 2011.
Mm-mm.
He went to jail. Yeah,
He
let's see.
must love it.
He did 3 years
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
for that charge. He's violent.
Right, and he's very dangerous. Well, I'm like, ooh.
Um, let's see. I mean, he's got. Let's see, criminal. Let me see what this is about.
Oh, T, you know what I just thought about? If he's allegedly working for somebody's brother company as a janitor, as a disguise. Oh my goodness, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Oh
Now,
my goodness.
back in 2007, he was convicted of criminal attempt burglary of a building.
Mm, 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 mm.
So, like I said, I mean, and I'm not gonna read all his charges. It goes on and on.
Mm, mm, mm,
The
mm.
man is violent.
And then he doesn't even look like he's violent. And I mean, those are the one that can really be very dangerous. And those be the ones that be serial killers allegedly. And some of them do heinous crimes that don't even look like they'll harm a fly.
Lachelle says Miss Tamara Raven know more about straight drop She was on that other page going back and forth with somebody, and they was talking about him. What did he pull the trigger? Mm,
Oh, you know what? I think I sent you a clip when she was adamant saying that he wasn't the shooter.
mm. Wow.
And she was adamant about it. And that struck me like, okay, she must have seen something and or heard something or got information.
I thought I saw Rest in Peace Young Dolphin here tonight. He normally come up.
He wasn't here earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he sure was. Wasn't his YouTube channel the one? Or I think I'm not sure if he was on YouTube at the time, but was isn't he the one that posted on Instagram, about who to look for or who the suspects were in the beginning?
I don't know.
Because I'm subscribed. I think I'm subscribed to him on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, because the information he was putting out early
Okay.
on, I believe is him.
Stanley says he's a goon. Yes, he is a goon, Stanley. He is a goon. They got satanic immunity. For those of you all that are just coming into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We got 278 people in the room, and we're at 212 likes. Got 280 people, so please hit the like button. You may be talking about Young Dolphin Saab. Now we're
Yes.
talking.
Oh, you know what? That's
Oh,
probably
okay,
his.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Not R.I.P. Yeah, it is
yeah.
Young Dolphin Soft. That's what I am subscribed to. That's right. Thank you for correcting me.
Somebody that went and started with these fake pages.
Oh Lord.
I blocked them.
Thank you.
Nothing better to do. He's been exposed to the public in the worst way. Memphis will not make that mistake again. If he escaped this one, the federal courts will launch an investigation on Memphis officials. If he escaped this one, they need to.
As they
That's the
exactly.
truth. They need to. A Liquor House TV says Makita's video camera sends things to their cell phones. They actually saw it.
Yeah, it is going around stating allegedly that she showed somebody who came to visit, where they live, the video. But but I'm not sure how true it is. Sometimes it'd be strange. It doesn't sound right, and it
Mhm.
turns out to be true. So I don't know.
I don't either. Mm. Um, yeah, I did, Dima. I blocked them. Will
They've
you?
came over here a lot doing the same thing.
Who is that? Best Cams?
Yes, I think before you had to keep blocking, and they came up under something else and was putting things, different letters, and it ended up being porn, information to a porn site.
Yeah, you know what? Whoever it is, just keep going and making those pages. Because remember, one night I kept blocking them like 10 times in a row.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. So it probably was another,
Another vlogger
exactly.
that's trolling. They go making those fake pages and they come over here trolling. Just sit.
And
Yeah,
they,
yeah, but it's gonna definitely be interesting to see. The Covington shooting victims worked on Makita's cameras.
oh, I don't believe it. I think that's false information.
Mm, I never heard that.
I have from a few different questionable channels. At first, some of it I thought was true, but looking back and how they're moving now, I doubt it.
He says Sko said that on his platform. He tried to bet a guy. Sergeant Brownlee says since Chief Davis was with her boyfriend outside her marriage, Service gun took in. They erased her out the dog case. No,
Did they?
they can't erase her out the dog's case. She's the chief over the whole police department. They can't erase her. She's over everybody in that on the police department. She's the top person. It's
And that's
probably
allegedly because we don't know if she was with a boyfriend outside of
right.
her marriage. So that's completely allegedly.
It's probably true. I wouldn't doubt the showed the video. Oh
Yep.
wow. Mm. Well, I would hope they wouldn't be showing people that video. I don't believe he was in California. A he was a cookie shop shooting at Dolph's. I do not believe that at all. Mike Jones and the sergeant of Memphis Police Department, and he's the sergeant of Memphis Police Department. You can't take money with you. God said, "Ever knee will bow." That's
And
true.
tongue shall confess that he is Lord. That's right.
The liquor house TV says CEO of Splat stole her gun.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, now it ain't hard to believe, but I wonder when that happened, were they in jail?
I don't think I don't know. I want to say I don't want to say no, but I don't know. But the crazy thing is, if that neighborhood in that area was so, you know, affluent and a nice neighborhood, why? But there still should be cameras. But allegedly, there was no cameras. Is what I heard. I don't know how true it is.
Oh wow. Okay, so T Money says that no, they were not in jail
Yep,
at
I
this
didn't think they
time.
were.
Uh, they likes to steal, so and we know cars.
They went allegedly into this car shop and took all the keys while they were on lunch break. Allegedly, now that's bold.
Yeah, that's bold.
I mean, broad daylight at that.
How did they know where the keys was at?
Right. They had to have some kind of inside, someone from the inside in, or they scoped it out and was paying attention to where, keep the things were. Because, sometimes that, they peek and stake out their place before they hit them.
T Money said all them guns come from the police station. They sure was getting robbed a lot.
The police station?
Uh, Now that's what I've heard that they was getting robbed a lot. I think they did go and I'm trying to think, or was it was the range? It was the range that they went and stole some bullets or something from, and we do know that the range sell guns also.
Right.
The
And,
only thing go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and even the law that's currently in Tennessee, in the state that I live in, they're going to have that same law regarding not having to have a permit to carry. And I'm like, oh God, that's about to take an effect.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Don Dada says no one should think straight drop. No, he said no one should think straight up is the shooter running back to the Mercedes besides Dolph car at the cookie shop.
I
Mm.
think you're trying to say straight drop, not op.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you know what though? I was looking at his social media accounts, and I did not see any pair of shoes that he wore that looked worn and dirty or anything, and that made me wonder, hmm, is that really him? That's what made me wonder if he was one of the shooters, because those shoes look like someone who really don't have money, and they look dirty and dingy to me.
Ani, is it Annie or Ani? She says, "Forgive me, everyone, but I just feel so bad for the 23-year-old kid. I'm a huge Dolph fan, but to see the 20-year-old kid life ruined because someone paid him to be it jumped to be on the scene of a crime is insane." You know what, Ani? I think as parents, we all have a sensitive spot.
Yep.
Although we're Dolph fans, we understand he's gotta pay for what he's done. But at the same time, they knew that this young man was a troubled young man, and they knew he was out there crashing out because he was looking for approval, coupled with a lot of anger and stuff. And so you know, if this is true, you promised this young man stuff for a record deal, or I didn't mean to say that. I guess I'm getting sleepy, or for whatever, whatever it was, a record deal, or some money, or a house, or whatever it was, you know. Um, and I think that's cold blooded if that's the truth, whoever it was.
But Andy, whatever your name, that's why I said earlier, the suspects, their families, and Dolph and his, Dolph's family and his fans, no one wins. So yes, it's incredibly sad. But he has to, if he did this allegedly, he's gonna have to, pay the piper. You have to, did the crime, do the time. It's just like T Zion, well, my baby girl, her phone was taken in front of her at school. She chased the guy and he got on the bus. And to make a long story short, he claimed he lost it. And they thought, I was playing. I'm like, well, if he don't produce the phone today, or by tomorrow, I'm pressing charges. And my daughter has her phone back. And this young man, I think he's a seventh or eighth grader, and he's so troubled, and his behavior is off the change, and I mean, he caused all kind of trouble. I think he's expelled now, but with privacy, they couldn't say if he was expelled or just suspended. But the fact that he lied and lied and lied, and it wasn't until he was threatened to go to juvie for stealing that he produced her phone. And I'm like, man, this young man gonna probably be a career criminal if someone doesn't get in his life and help change his course of action and the road that he's traveling down.
Liquor House TV says that Drop drew down on the girl and made her take it. He
We
triggered
know
the,
about that.
yeah, we know about that. And I guess what I was saying, Liquor, too, is, because we know that even though he did that, that was cold blooded. You're right, dead wrong. He really should be in jail for that. You see what I mean? How the
Mm-hmm.
justice system kept failing. But at the same time, the people that sent him is a bigger problem. The people that give these folks money to go and take out people are a bigger problem.
They're
And
the
you know what
roots.
the sad thing is? They feel like they helping them.
Mm-hmm. But they're the roots of the cause. They're the seeds. And that's why we have to cut that head or the root off.
So I'm waiting on all of the the top people to get got. You know.
Florida Two Pistol, didn't they arrest someone about that older lady who was working at a youth center or something, that was killed at the CBST? I thought they arrested that person or persons.
Yeah, I think a person was arrested,
Mm-hmm. So they
and because it wasn't hard to get because they could see him good on the camera.
And she did say that the cameras put more weight on you, and that's what made me question about, well, is it this person, is that person, because of the weight size? I mean, the
Hmm.
manipulation or of the rape. I mean, not rape. God forgive me, not rape. I meant to say weight.
And Cornelius had been in jail a month before we saw him. That was enough time for him to lose weight from worry.
Ooh, that's so true. That's so true.
Jason says Memphis is the closest thing to hell. It's like that demonic. It's a demonic spirit, Jason, that's walking around Memphis at this point.
And I believe it's all over because we time and time again, it's every day. Just like I read about, I think it was either 8 or 11-year-old young boy been was abducted by his dad's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and he's missing right now, and they haven't found him.
Wow. Annie says yes. The people that put them up to this is the biggest problem. I pray that someone can connect with Straight Drop and get him to tell everything he knows. Then we begin to stop the activity. And that's the only way it's gonna stop is if the people at the top that's putting bags on people is stopped. They
E-
got to be stopped.
Exactly. And they should be charged with first degree murder, premeditated murder too, in my opinion, if they are, ever charged.
Hmm. Well, Jason, it's you know what? Prayer overrides any darkness. I think that when if people come together and start praying instead of being on a witch hunt, that
Mm-hmm.
can override anything.
And seeking God and turning from their sin and their wicked ways, then and only then can we truly, do more. And just like the police department here, well, not just the police department, but there's a faith-based group here. It's called 10 Point Coalition. It's people who are pastors and bishops and other, church members, that when there's a crime, especially like a murder, they go to the scene to try to be that support and to help change and let them know that they're there. And this 10 Point Coalition has gone to other cities like Louisville. I believe there's in Chicago and a few others, and I believe St. Louis, trying to adopt that same model, that not just the police, but the faith based community, let's get back together, let's heal, let's work together, let's, change, let's start reporting these criminals so our streets and our communities can be safe again.
That's right. Sexy Trapper says my brother-in-law was set up. Hell, even my homeboys on none of the people who set it up ever go to jail, and I never understood that. It's because they won't tell.
Exactly.
The people that they're putting this on, that they're setting up to take the fall for them, they won't tell on them for some reason. It's obvious that they completely just keep on. They been double crossing straight drop since the beginning, and he still ain't talking.
That's right. And even where I live last year, um, my older daughter ex-boyfriend brother was killed, and he had took a charge for his allegedly his friends, and he finally got out on a bond, and that same friend ended up killing him because he was thinking about you know cooperating or telling the truth, but his own alleged friend killed him here July 4th last year.
Wow, yeah, this is ridiculous. Y'all, we've been on here. It's 258 people in here. We've been on here 3 hours. I want to stay on longer. I'm just too tired.
And I have a doctor's appointment in the morning too. Whew.
Yeah, I'm just too tired. You guys, I really country boy just got in here. They don't want their families killed. That's what country boy said. Well, that could be it too. But if one thing for sure, if they start talking and people come up hurt, I mean, if they start talking, it would give the authorities the opportunity to really zone in on their target, and they'll put their families in protective custody, change their names and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
They will do that. I enjoyed you. Thank you for being here too, Hakia. I really appreciate that. Miss Malika, Sir Rock, Masons are back in games to keep a strong hold of the city. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Michael Classic Incorporated. Thank you, Two Pistols. Thank you, Liquor House, and all the people that are in here, because I got 257 people in here. Yeah, them folks been shooting at the police, and I think that's a setup too, because they could never outshoot the police, because the police have unlimited, you know, ammunition. Okay, these folks are going to the gun stores stealing ammunition because they can't even afford to buy ammunition. A lot of them, and even if you're rich, you still couldn't outbuy the government. So I think that's
Right.
where a lot of people mess up. But you guys, I really appreciate you all. Jason, I appreciate you all being in here with us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I will let you all know if I'm going to go live tomorrow. If I don't, what's tomorrow? Friday?
It
No, I'm not.
is.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go live Friday. It's gonna be more than likely Saturday, because I know on Fridays y'all want to be out doing stuff, right? So a lot
Sure.
of people don't even get on Friday night because you're out. So what we'll do is we'll either go live either Saturday or Sunday. How about that?
Okay.
I want to thank you. I thank you, Miss Kim,
You're
for tuning in, helping me.
you're so
As
welcome.
always, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. My
Um,
pleasure.
for those of you all that are getting ready to go to sleep, I pray God's peace over you. And for those of you all that are getting ready to go to work tomorrow, I ask God to go before you. Even those that are traveling, listening to this vlog, I ask God to give you all traveling grace. I want you all to sleep peacefully. Okay,
In the name
sleep
of Jesus.
peacefully in the name of Jesus. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Have a good night.
Likewise. Good night.
Good night, Kimberly.
You're welcome. Good night.